Did I unmute my mic again? There we go. Is it buffering again? God damn it, is it?
And it'll show buffer line because it's trying to load the stream and load the live at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention I'm doing like something like that, so probably press them down.
Alright, I sent it to the announcements thing. We'll see if anyone joins. But it's not public, so it won't be like a shitload. It still says there's only like one person, so it might be weird. I don't know. It says there's like 0 people on the, Oh wait, I see what's happening. Hey! Yeah, I have voice this time, dudes. So I can actually respond.
Are we working?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. Can you guys hear me?
Absolute silence.
I told you to shut up. No.
I wasn't referring to me, I was referring to both of us.
Yeah, but you gotta figure out which one of them is actually Wing Wolf 94.
Aha. That is the secret.
Cool. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of chat lag.
So you read me questions I'll ask them for you, okay?
No. Hey, if anything, you should be reading them. Because I'm the one who's supposed to be drawing.
Alright, I'll read a couple in a second.
I'm kind of debating on whether I should put this public as, like, actual...
I'll take it to your Discord for like the first hour or so. And then if you feel confident, move on to it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan, right?
Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, so... Animating with Krita. It's gonna be fun. So this is... I'm gonna make sure you actually have the right screen. Yes, this is Krita. Hi, Mom! I'm just reading the chat. Rachel the Ringling says, Hi, Mom! I'm just Mom. Okay, so this is Krita, which is the program I use for animating, because I'm weird. So, like, if you use Krita, it'll open with this window, which isn't the animation window you want. This is the paint window. Because as you can see, there's no actual timeline or anything. So you go up here, and then the workspaces, you'll have the animation workspace. Oh, by the way, there should be like frequently asked questions stuff in the description now. I forgot to put it in last stream. So you open up this thing, you can switch between the painting mode and the animation mode. What are you laughing at?
It's actually saved the last thing of the last video rather than actually...
How can you see it? If it's on this video. Oh, it saved it as an actual video. Great. So anyway, this opens the timeline, which is the thing. Some people animate in Psy, and Psy straight up doesn't have a timeline, so they'll use individual layers like freaking psychopaths. It's true though. Terrible way to do things. But this allows you to preview animations perfectly in real time, which is great. Also, Krita is free. It's a free program, so you don't actually need to buy it. It just lags really hard if you don't switch up the settings a lot. You have to kind of configure Krita settings and manage resources so it doesn't use up all your RAM and lag like crazy. So you got the timeline down here. Each one of these little sections, you can scroll through them using the arrow keys, like I'm doing. You can probably hear me viciously tapping. This person says, do you have a problem with the audio not matching up with the frames? Yes. I know what causes that. It's a specific thing. You have to use WAV files. You cannot use MP3s, because MP3s will straight up lag. So it'll be going through the frames, and say you put an animation on a specific beat, when you play it through, it won't play at the right spot. You have to use WAV files. So I take MP3s off of YouTube to MP3 because I am evil, and just convert them using Audacity, which is just open it, resave it.
Quickly ask, how much RAM? Oh, RAM. I know that's RAM.
How much RAM do? God, I do. Do you know, sweetie?
I believe you're running a 16 bit, right?
I think it's 16. They can't see me open this window. They shouldn't be able to see me open this window.
How many layers does it have? I've never fully installed it yet.
Yeah, 16. How much layers does it have? I think you can just go infinite, as much as your RAM can handle, as much as your memory can handle. I've never run into a limit.
Plus ultra.
Well, I'm very tempted to make this stream live now, because now I've gotten over my nerves.
Well, keep us open for the first hour. I'll let them ask the questions they need before the chat gets full.
Yeah, I'll let you guys all ask like questions that you want specifically, so otherwise the chat will go crazy.
I'm Wingwolf. Yes, clearly. I am Wingwolf in the background.
Oh, that's Neo in the background. And yes, he is my boyfriend. Okay.
I'm here trying to read out some of the questions when she's not paying.
Yeah, if somebody asks a question, tell me.
And tell me to subscribe.
Nice. Yeah, so timeline down here, you can change your frame rate, which, for example, I'm going to draw something really fast. So if I want to do like, oh, I need to actually input a frame. So to add a new frame, you go over to this little button down here, and it says add blank frame. So you add blank frame, and it just adds a single frame. I scroll through the frames using my arrow keys, and I just spam the add frame button for like as many frames as I want. So I'm gonna like, oh, and onion skin over here. This little light bulb. It's a tiny little freaking button, real small. You would think it was this button, but that's actually the onion skin settings. I don't know why it went up there. You don't need to really mess with this, but the actual onion skin button is here, not there. Very misleading. So I'll turn that on so I can see. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I'm doing there. Just an example. So as you can see, it's going to play real fast because the frame rate right now is at 24. So it's like so fast. I'm going to set it to like 10. Yeah, there we go. Start and end allows you to pick which frame you want it to end on. So I'm going to actually do, like, I deleted that layer, by the way, which had animation on it. Here's a background layer. So I add a new layer, add a new frame. Kind of scroll through and add frames. So I'm going to do like a basic bouncing ball. So, and then again. Oop, I need more frames. Because if you go past the frames, it just holds the last frame throughout the timeline. So I need to add more frames. Being a perfectionist. Yeah, you can see I forgot to add a new frame, so I just... Oh, God. What did I do? Oh. As you can see, I have no freaking idea what I'm doing, actually. Pretending that I am a real animator. Okay, so we got a little bouncing ball. So I want it to end at the last frame and loop itself. So, actually, let's make it a looping bouncing ball, because it's going to bother me if it just ends.
This is now going to become a new animation name. She's going to get so into this and just carry on making it for like the rest of the day.
Bouncing ball, the animation meme.
I'll start looking for the copyright-free music.
God. Essentially, I want this to loop. I'm going to copy the first frame and kind of move it. Oh yeah, to copy it, you can press Control. You might be able to see that. Yeah, they can see that. Nice.
New question for you.
New question.
What is the most amount of layers you've had to use for an animation?
I tend to merge layers as much as possible. So one document will probably end up near probably hundreds of layers. However, whenever I merge them as much as possible, so that I usually end up with a line art, coloring, shading, highlight, background, and anything else. So that's like It's like about 5, 6 layers.
I think your most detrimental thing is you have a habit of merging layers together.
Yeah, I merged them together.
Yeah, but sometimes...
Oh, unintentionally. It's like, shit, the layers merged. Now I can't edit the shading separately. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I want this to loop, I'm going to copy the first layer and move it over to the side by pressing Control. That's now over there. So I'm going to make it loop up.
Also, this is me just saying this. Remember, everyone save often.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Krita does autosave.
Still save often.
Okay, I'm going to delete that layer, though, because that's a duplicate layer. That was just so that I could see it on the onion skin. So I'm going to delete that layer. And it seems like the animation ends on layer 10, so I'm going to see where it says end, go to 10, and start at 0. And the frame rate is at 10, and you have a bouncing ball. Very, very simplistic.
Random question, have you watched Star Wars?
I haven't. Oh, I'm going to get screamed at. No, I haven't. Straight up haven't. Yeah, so that's that. What else can I say? Each layer, each actual layer has its own separate timeline. So you can see the background, the white background layer, that doesn't have a timeline at all because it's not animated. This one is animated. You can see that because it has the onion skin option here. So if I add another layer, and just leave it there, you can see it doesn't have an onion skin symbol here. It's not an animated layer. So that'll just stay there while the other thing animates. What else can I say? Oh yeah, you probably don't want to go past... how big is this image? You probably don't want to go past this size on an animation, otherwise it'll start to lag and crash. This whole program will be laggy when you first download it, because I think it's set on like the best quality settings and just does not work for most computers. So don't give up if it lags at the first time you open it, because in the settings there's tons of tutorials. Also, this program, they actually have tons of tutorials available as PDFs on their actual website, like entire documentation.
So I've got a couple more comments for it. One's asking if you not to the stream at the end of it because I would like to use this for a tutorial later on.
Okay, that'll be great, except for the fact that there's going to be like a huge amount of me talking to myself at the beginning, trying to figure out how to get the stream to work before it actually went live.
The question from Potato Head is, when you use a stretch frame, do you only use it one time, or can you make the stretch last for 2 or 3 frames?
Oh, I see what you mean, like squash and stretch frames? That's a kind of a good question. I tend to use it only like once. I don't use squash and stretch often. Like, I want to get into, like, I've got this huge freaking book. I know they can't see the book. I know they can't see the book, but I've got like this huge book full of stuff that talks about all that. So I'm gonna do that once I make it actually live. But right now I'm going through Krita stuff, which is probably gonna be done soon, so I might even be able to just make it live now. What do you think, sweetie?
Do whatever you would like. I'll try reading the questions best I can.
Yeah, they're not super fast right now.
By the way, just for context, I was joking about the Star Wars comment. I have seen Star Wars myself.
I haven't, though. I mean, I have when I was like younger, but I don't remember anything. What else is really important? I guess if you add a new layer, you can also add another animated layer, like as many animated layers as you want before you run out of memory. The whole document will always be at the same frame rate, though.
So, this is a Q&A, so if you guys do have
you can always ask questions.
Feel free to ask, because it just gives us content to actually respond to.
And do it now before it gets filled.
We will be moving to a live stream for the whole of YouTube University subscribers, which will announce everyone. And we don't have any policies to have a chat lined up.
It'll be bad at first, I think. Unless it does the thing that it does, Unless it ends up like the first stream I did where it was real quiet. Oops. I accidentally moved that frame instead of copying it.
Do you like survival, wildlife games? And also, can I add you on Steam?
It's Goop! It's Goop! Yes, I do. I play Isle. As you can see, I have two, but my Steam's kind of like limited to friends right now. Yeah, two animated layers. So one layer is the little ball, one layer is the big ball. And then what I usually...
By the way, have we mentioned anyone's names? How?
Tough shit. Oh yeah, and so you can actually merge animated layers. Unlike vector programs, you can merge them and they don't screw up. So I've merged those and they still function the same. So now they're one layer. And what I usually do for animation is I have that sketch layer, which I always usually do in red. But then afterwards, I make a line art layer on top of it, which is also an animated layer. Change it to weighted, which allows me to have that smoothing effect because I have shaky hands. That's what the weighted option does. So I can then line art the layer. Try not to focus too much time on these dang balls. In a weird way, it's like I'm giving the Krita tips to a small select group of people so that I can keep my trade secrets.
Just a quick side comment. Art fan art in the art.
That is fan art. I've seen it. It was on
Okay.
Oh, it was on Twitter when I saw it. But yeah.
Okay,
So then now I have a line arted version, which is just a layer above that. It's another animated layer.
Another question. Have you ever animated on Photoshop?
I have, and I hated it. I don't know why. It's good for some people. A lot of people use it, but I just prefer this program because it lets me draw a little better. I don't like Photoshop's drawing tools. This is like a full-on digital painting program that just so happens to also have a timeline, so I like it better. And I'm gonna add a shading layer. For my shading layer, oh no wait, actually no, I'm gonna add a color layer. What color should the ball be, guys?
Yes. Give me your secrets.
Guys,
O-W-O.
You gotta tell me what color should the ball be? Should it be like red, green, freaking trans flag or something? I don't know. Purple? Okay, purple.
Yeah.
Trans flag would be really hard to do. I got purple, got it first. So again, another animated layer. So I gotta start. Fill up the frames by spam pressing this up to 10. That's where it ends. So, and then I just fill it in. I prefer to make the color layer underneath because otherwise I lose small sections of the line art. See there? I have to make the color layer underneath because you lose a little bit of line art there. Whereas if you do it underneath, it goes underneath the line art. And also this tool setting that's really good for the paint bucket tool. Sometimes you get like this. Like this, I see this shit all the time. Where people will fill bucket things and you get this line, this white line around the outside. No. Dude, I watched someone play a furry porn game the other day. They didn't get any problems. So yeah, see people do this. That's because the grows selection is set to 0. So it's, I don't know how to explain why. You want it set to like 1 or 2. I usually set to 2. So you get, what that does is it makes the fill go slightly underneath that line. So if you use thicker line art, you can make the grow section even bigger. But if you use really thin line art, you might want it to just be like 1 pixel. So back to coloring the ball. And I'm scrolling through these frames quickly using the arrow keys, which is what I can also use to preview bits. That's the color layer. Then I want to make the shading layer, which is also going to be another animated layer.
Take ahead asks, oh, maybe not asks. I did see the question.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. He's safe.
Well, I can read it if you want.
Oh, no, it's okay. What was I gonna say? Shading is really good with if you use a color that contrasts with the color you've colored with. So what you want to do is you want to avoid shading with just like a solid black. So what I do is I take, say, this is purple. So I'm color picking for this purple here. I go opposite side of the wheel, and then kind of up to the corner a little bit, and then I set the layer to multiply. Multiply is like putting like water washed ink over something. I'll show you what the difference is. So, and I also want to hide this sometimes because it interferes with the it's still there, just hid it so that the paint bucket doesn't get confused. So what a normal layer, the normal color, it would look like this. Multiply layer makes it look like it's like over. It is really hard to explain, but I just always use multiply for shading.
It's one of
those things that don't. Yeah, I mean, some people do it with different types of. Some people do it with like overlay layers, or sometimes they just outright paint it normally. But I feel like it's a little bit of a cheat that I use. I'm just doing the lines first because it helps me get an idea of where I am. I do all the animation in stages. I never like draw an entire frame finished and then move on to a next frame. I always do like all the shading, all the things into steps throughout the animation. So then I will fill those in as I go along.
And then go OCD on them, and I'll see about 3 months.
And then I unhide.
This thing is 3 months long.
Oh god, no. Then I unhide that and zoom out so I can actually see it. So then it's shaded, yay! Then I add maybe one more layer, which might be, I don't know, a highlight layer. You don't always have to do that, but I do. Actually, set that to basic. Setting it to basic just makes it so that I don't have that weighted thing anymore. The smoothing, line smoothing. Oh, that needs to be a little brighter. There we go. You just make a little dot there that gives it an extra layer of shading. I call that lighter layer of shading highlight.
When you make shadows, do you make one shadow layer that you put over all the frames, or do you animate the shadows individually?
One shadow. The shadow is all one layer. You can see if I hide everything else, that the shadow is just one animated layer. And then there's the line, and then there's the color, and then there's the highlight. I'm actually going to do something interesting here. I started out with just a normal.
Reminds me of the old DreamWorks logo.
It does, actually, yeah.
That's how it was created. We just put a section for layers.
I'm going to do something also that's kind of cool here. See, the line art is just plain black. To do something cool to make it not black, I'll do what's called, what's this button called? What do they call it? Okay, they don't. Really? I think that's usually called preserve transparency, preserve alpha. So I'll press that, and that makes it so that I can only draw on that layer, on pieces that are already drawn on. So then I can change the color of the line art. That. So I'll change the color of the line art to like this, and I have to do it for each frame though. Pressing that little button here, if I don't have that pressed, I just do that. If I do have it pressed, it goes over the part I've already drawn. But I think that's sometimes what people use to like make characters that have different colored line art. So yeah, simple bouncing ball. I think that's
bouncing grape, apparently.
Yeah, it's a bouncing grape. Oh yeah, and then you can merge the layers so that you don't take up as much space. So I will merge them all by pressing Control E while I'm on them to merge the layer down. Control E, Control E. So now that animation is just one single layer and takes up a lot less space. Because the more layers you have, the more memory it uses up. And also I might delete the sketch layer as well. And that's usually my process for animating something. I should make this live now and do actual, like, animation. Sure. Oh, that's scary, so it's gonna be live. Can people...
However, here's a question not from the chat. Would you like me to grab you a drink before you start?
No, I'm good.
Show.
I'm good.
Okay, go on.
Can you see me opening Discord? You can't, can you?
Nope.
Cool. Okay, so I don't know how the hell do I make this live now? Edit. Unlisted public. Save. Question mark.
Announce to people that you're going live.
I lost like 2 people. Yeah. Yeah, that might not actually work. Interesting. That's probably...
Oh, it says you are live.
Yeah.
I don't think an announcement for
Oh, hey, there's people.
Never mind.
Oh, God.
Yep, you set something off.
Now it notified them. Oh, that was funny. It's not as bad as before, though. Oh, God, maybe it is. It still tells me that there's only 9 people.
Is there
So,
a way for you to put slow chat on?
It'll slow down in a second. I have no idea how many people are actually in there, because it says 9. Hello, 9 people. So yeah, animation tutorial. Before it went live, oh, we're gonna have to wait a second. You're gonna help me read out things?
I'm gonna try.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to...
Question, how is your day?
Oof. Yes, how was everyone's day?
That's actually a question in the chat.
Oh, okay. Don't spam. Do not spam. Okay. So, I'm doing an animation tutorial. I just went over how to use Krita, but I might very, very quickly go over that again. So yeah, when you open Krita, this is the program I use. There's stuff in the frequently asked questions about it, but it's like a painting program that does also animation, so it's what I use to animate. You open it, and it doesn't immediately give you an animation screen. You have to switch to it from the workspaces thing. So it starts on big paint, so you can, that's just the basic paint thing. This one is for the animation, which, as you can see, gives you a timeline.
I'm going to ask, can you go over how to use the timeline?
Yes, I can. That's what I'm going to do.
If I mispronounce people's names, tough luck. You're going to get what you get.
Try your best. He doesn't pronounce things well.
Okay.
British people. So the timeline, it gives you the timeline after you switch to it from the animation. So it starts on big paint, you have to switch to animation. So then you get the timeline. Usually start out with like one blank layer, which is just black background layer. I add a new layer. This layer is not animated yet until you click on the first frame, and down here is add blank frame. So you press this button to add a new frame. So now you have a new frame. But you want more frames. So you can control flipping through the frames using the arrow keys, which is what I do to make it go quickly. So I'm going to do like a basic bouncing ball again for the 19 people who...
This is a jump. What sort of says your voice is beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're worried about that, what we get on it. Wheatley says, how do you sound American when it says you're in the UK?
I am an immigrant, a filthy immigrant.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding. No, I moved here to go to university and then I stayed legally, please. So I flip through and I add a few new layers. Let's add like 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no way to like instantly add layers as far as I know, so I just have to scroll through with my buttons. So let's start drawing something. So ball. So ball on the first frame. And then, oh, onion skin is the first thing you're going to need. So as I switch frames, you see I can't see that previous frame. I can't see it on the next frame. So to see that, a lot of people think it's this button because it literally says onion skin. It isn't that button. That button is the onion skin settings, which will open this. You don't really need to mess with this. But the actual onion skin button is this little light bulb here that actually just looks like a peanut. So you want to turn that on. It says onion skin off, onion skin on. There we go. So now I can see the previous frame on this frame. So, and what I'm going to do is I want this to loop. So I'm going to...
Wait, we want this a girl?
Yes, I am a chick.
I thought we were going to do the whole thing with Oscar potentially.
No, it's either of us. Both of us. God damn it. Oh, I can't keep my gender ambiguity anymore. Please don't laugh at the way I pronounce that. Okay, so I want this to loop. So I'm going to copy the first frame over to frame 11. So Control, and then drag it. And you can see that's over on layer 10. So now, can't really, oh. So I have this onion skin layer set so that it can only see the frame after and the frame directly before. So I just deleted those two frames so that I could easily see this frame over here. Probably don't need 10 layers this time, so I'm going to move this.
File says, and we have to draw a more complex animations in the future.
Yes, this one is gonna actually get complex after this, but I'm just going through like a basic how Krita works thing.
I may have rephrased that question because it's called 5
And don't worry, those 19 people that were in the previous few minutes of this.
Often will be saved live, so.
Yeah, I'll probably save it live. So yeah, there's a bouncing ball, basic thing. I've highlighted this section by pressing Control and then pressing all the way over here, and then press the play button. That allows you to preview only that small section. Because as you can see, I have this end set to 10, and there's just... it loops automatically once it hits the end of its play time. So I've got the end set to... I want the end to be set to 8, because that's the last frame here. So I'll set the end to 8. And if you play it, once it goes past 8, it automatically loops.
Will you ever go over and have to animate bird wings? Sorry, wings. And then it says exactly bird wings, sorry.
Possibly. Possibly. But you gotta get, like, basic stuff before that. So that's basic Krita stuff. So now I'm gonna actually do, so I don't annoy the 19 people that were here for the previous Krita thing, some actual stuff. So I got this, like, giant, fuck-off huge book of animation. It's called Richard Williams, the Animator Survival Guide Expanded Edition, which I got for Christmas, but I actually owned it before then. I just left it in America. Yeah, so this book is great. If you ever want, like, any of the stuff that I know, get that book. It's good.
Does Krita cost money?
No, Krita's entirely free, actually. That's one of the reasons I use it. I actually own Photoshop, and I prefer Krita. Okay, so, let me see here. So it says, I'm not reading straight from the book, I'm gonna, like, paraphrase stuff. Animation's all about timing and spacing. So, like, I'm going to give you an example of something called, what do they call it? Easing in and easing out.
What device are you using?
Device?
I'm assuming tablet?
Tablet, Cintiq 13 HD, I think. I can't guarantee whether that's, like, the best tablet or not, but yes, I will save this live.
I said several times in the chat that you will be, so.
And no, you can't tween with Krita. That's the only thing you cannot do. Krita can only do frame by frame stuff. The light box? Yeah, the light box is the onion skin, which is this little button here. That is the onion skin. Or light box. So I'm gonna go over something a little bit more about animation itself rather than the program now, which is called easing in and easing out. Oh my god, my handwriting.
This is just one of what I'm going to answer. The amount of Russian people in the chat, Wimble does seem to have a decent percentage of Russian subscribers, so it's
I don't see a
like
single Russian. Oh wait, yeah, there are. Yeah, I'm sorry, I probably won't be able to read your texts if, I mean, I legit just won't be able to read your stuff. I'm so sorry.
Not going to be translating it to ask the questions, I'm afraid, because that'll mean the chat will be gone by.
Yeah, I am sorry about that, but I unfortunately cannot read Russian. So ease in and ease out is something that like every animator uses, and it's what makes this smooth. You guys are always like, it's so smooth. So you must use like 24 frames per second. I use 10 frames per second. But the reason it looks so smooth is because of that ease in, ease out.
What was the book called?
The book was called Richard Williams' Animator's Survival Kit. I might put it in the description after. So, ease in and ease out is something that makes things smooth. So I'm gonna do an example of what it looks like when you don't ease in and ease out. So I'm just gonna have a circle move from this side of the screen to this side of the screen. So the circle will move from here to here.
Do you use any keyboard shortcuts for animating?
Just Control Z, Control E, the arrow keys for flipping through frames. So we'll have 10 frames for this ball to move from this side of the screen to this side of the screen.
Kind of asked, what do you use when animation gets laggy? I often stumble across this problem.
The animation gets laggy.
I'm assuming if you've had it running for too long.
That's a RAM or memory issue with the program. You'll probably need to change the RAM allocated to the program in the configure Krita setting. If you Google Krita lagging, you will definitely get lots of hits on that.
I'd also say save often and reset the program every now and again when it gets too bad.
Krita is known to lag on a lot of computers.
The art will ask, why is your voice so nice?
Is my voice nice? I'm so happy that you think that. I'm so happy everyone thinks that. That's just the best.
By the way, for those other like 300 people joining the thing and don't know who I am, I'm Gil on the Animated Cafe server. So I'm also Ben in the chat. Right?
Plush the Sans Fangirl 69 says, how can I prevent the audio from lagging? You do not want to use MP3s. The only format of audio that works in Krita without lagging is WAV. I've had issues with lag on every other program. Or every other audio format. Okay, so ease in and ease out.
Will you ever be doing over how to upload videos from Krita onto YouTube?
Yes, I will go over that at the end of this probably, at some point, or maybe in the future, but that's a good one. How do you add audio? Down here, this little button by the timeline is a little speaker. Open audio. That's all you have to do, and then it imports it. So what I'm showing here is ease in and ease out. This is what an animation looks like if it does not have any ease in or ease out. Like that. Ignore that flashing none up there. So it just moves over, like nothing big there. But ease in and ease out will make it look smoother. So easing in and easing out, what you want to do is it's about the placement of the frames. So your end of the animation's here, or start of the animation's there, end of the animation's here, middle of the animation's here. In order to make it look nice, you want, well, I'll animate one right now. So over here, and over here. Oops. setting this up right now.
What mobile program do you use?
Mobile program? I don't use anything on phones or anything. I always do it on the computer.
Undersea 94, I should say the name correctly.
94?
I know. How do you download the music without getting copyrighted?
You just have to find music that's copyright free. I've had so much issue with that.
Fox Paradise asked, what did you do to get so many subs?
I have literally no idea.
Be good at animating.
Mix of that and luck, I think, genuinely.
Eve, I'm just going to call you Eve, I can't say the last name. The heck is happening right now?
I'm doing an animation tutorial.
On what? I think I lost the point as well. Ease in, ease out.
Ease in, ease out, yeah, I was trying to explain what ease in and ease out does. It's how to make something look smoother than it actually is, in a way. Smoother with less frames. This isn't looking very good. I'm like, yeah, I know how to animate, guys. I'm getting myself confused.
Is easing in out super time consuming?
No, it's just the same amount. So, oh man, did I make that? There we go. So now this one does have ease in and ease out. And you can see that this is a very bad example, actually. Hold on.
I've got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Isabella asks, do you use motion blur?
Nope.
And Goofy asks, how many FPS do you use for lip sync testing? It's gone.
Holy shit.
That many frames.
So, how many frame rate do I use for lip syncs? It's the same as anything else, usually like 10 or 12.
Meta Oko, are you a boy or a girl? No, someone asked that.
So I'm gonna animate a wing. So I'm gonna start on 1 frame, then I'm gonna go to the middle. Ignore ease in and ease out. Get out of here. I'm giving up on that. That was confusing. So I use what's called keyframes. So I'll draw 1 extreme of the animation, another extreme, and then another, and then I'll animate the frames in between it. So this first frame is a keyframe. So then I'll move a few frames to that side, and I'll draw the next extreme, which would be the wing open. If I could draw wings better.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood the lip sync question.
Oh, did you?
No, I meant how many do you use for your old animation with Asmo?
Oh, that one was 12 frames per second. They're asking about the frame rate, right?
I believe that's what the question was, but the chat went by too fast to read it correctly.
Yeah, the Azrael one is 12 frames per second. So as you can see here, I have the first frame.
I mean, at this point, I think the game is obvious, guys. I see everyone else doing it.
Girl, it's obvious. I could sound like a 14-year-old boy, though. Some people have said that I sound like a 14-year-old boy.
You're secretly part dragon.
Okay, I'm gonna like hold off on answering questions right now because I really need to explain this one thing.
I'm sorry. If there's any important
if I add stuff in the middle. So keyframes. How to do an animation, how I do it, is I'll draw 1 extreme to the next with frames in between it. So I'll draw the wing closed, the wing open, and then maybe like, well, let's have another one a bit closed. So I'm just going to straight up copy this frame to the next. So this is going to be a flapping wing. So I have these 3 basic things. If you play it right now, it looks not smooth. It just looks like jumping back and forth. So what I want to do is I want to fill the frames in between. So I'm going to go to the middle frame, and I'm going to make them in between these 2 images in time. So add that new frame in the middle, and what would be in between these 2? Would be maybe here. And since the wing is opening, the feathers are going to be kind of facing downwards, like this. I'll kind of look at the tip of this feather and think, where's the tip of this feather now? It's going to be here. Same with the other feathers. And these are still going to be kind of in the same spot. That looks really, really terrible, but okay. So that's in the middle there. And if you play it, you can see it's a little better. But now I want to do the other side. So the wing is now fully open here. And in the middle, down on the timeline, we want it partially closed. So what would be in between here and here? It's going to look different. It's going to look different than the one here because it's now going flapping downwards. So the feathers are probably going to be up like this. Because the lightweight feathers kind of drag behind the appendage. And if you play it, looks a little better, but it's still not very smooth. You can see it's kind of low frame rate, just kind of flipping through. So you can see there's missing frames in between here, so I need to fill in all these frames. So what's in between here? I'm going to kind of favor the first frame, which is called the ease in and ease out. I'm going to favor the first frame, so I'm going to make it a little closer to the first one than the other. Yeah, it looks a little bit good, but now it's, and then one up here, and I'm going to favor this in-between frame here, because this frame is a key frame. That's the frame that I started. I first did this frame, then this frame, then this frame. Key. So I want to favor this frame, so I'm going to make this frame closer to this one. And the feathers kind of drag behind, so they're going to be facing downward. I don't know what the heck's going on there. And I'm going to do the same for all the other frames. And again, the frame that's on either side of the keyframe is going to favor the keyframe, so it's going to be closer in appearance to the keyframe. But you just kind of have to get an idea by watching real life movement, what things look like. So the only reason I know like kind of what to draw in between here is because I know what a wing flapping looks like. So look up like slow motion reference images or reference videos. Those are really good. Because in slow motion you can get an idea of what's happening even if it's a really fast movement. And again, keyframe, we're on one side of the keyframe, so we're going to favor the keyframe. So you have a somewhat good flapping wing. And you can always add frames in between if you think it's not smooth enough. So if, say, the keyframe here, I maybe wanted it to spread a little more, I would select these frames and move them to the side, and maybe add, where's the keyframe? That's the keyframe. Add a little extra, so make it open a little bit wider. This is a very, very fast thing I'm doing, so it's not going to look super nice and polished. I'm making it in between where it was here. Oh, I'm kind of like losing track of where these feathers are though, because they're so complex. I'm like getting confused of the main scheme. So now it's 10 frames long. So I need to change that from 8 to 10 so that it plays the whole animation. That doesn't look good. I'm not gonna lie, that looks like crap. Oh, wait. It only needs to be 9 because there's a duplicate on the end. Yeah, so that's a flapping wing. What is that thing at the top of the timeline or the chat message for you?
They're showcasing.
Showcasing what? Oh my god, is that a merch shelf? Oh, cool.
I've got the questions for you, by the way.
Oh god, okay, so the questions at the end of that, okay, during that I couldn't answer because I was...
I'm sure I didn't get all of them.
I just read some out then.
I only got some people's names, so... Any tips on lighting?
Lighting? That's more of a drawing thing than an animating thing.
Fair enough.
Kinda gotta stick on the animation theme for this.
Oh, I gotta get rid of some of these questions.
I mean, if they're like, it's okay actually, just read them out.
Where did the name Windwolf Nightfall come from?
Dude, I have no idea, man. It's like ancient. Seriously, it's like a 2008, 2006 forum username. Freaking Animal Jam or something. It's just I never bothered to make a new name. And 94 is my birth year. Huh?
Is the wolf's name Cadaver?
What wolf?
I'm assuming the icon.
The Skull Wolf? Yeah, the Skull Wolf is Cadaver. Or the Skull Wolf.
You've already answered this question before, I don't actually know how complicated it is. Which tablet do you use?
Cintiq 13 HD.
And what brush were you using to do that in?
That was just the basic... where's my... I have to switch back to the actual paint. That's just basic paintbrush. Just basic paintbrush.
Also, bear in mind, guys, some tutorials will be coming later into the stream, so I'm asking questions based kind of around which is going on, and some technical questions that match up with the theme of what's going on.
I'm gonna do another really simple one. I'm gonna do an eyeball and show you what I mean by ease in and ease out.
Some of the other questions very quickly. How do you select items?
Select? This is a select tool.
Do you select by holding control or?
I just use the select button, the select tool in the corner. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little eyeball.
And one last question is animating fun or do you find it challenging?
It's both. I don't know. I kind of just do it because I think it's fun, but then I'm like, holy shit, this takes so long.
So I was kind of like
some of the questions
and do for you.
I'm gonna try to hopefully have a better example of ease in and ease out by animating an eyeball. So I'm gonna animate an eyeball. So add a frame down there and start with a closed eye, which is just gonna be like that. So that's a closed eye. Let's give it some eyelashes so you can actually tell what it is. Then the keyframe is going to be an open eye. Otherwise, you can go back and play your games. I don't mean you to like. I don't need you. You having fun? Okay. I'm just making sure I don't want to like.
I'm not annoying you.
No, you're not. You're not. Just don't want to make you.
How old were you when you made your first animation?
12? I think I started with Flipnote when I was like 12. 10, 12, maybe. And they were not good, trust me, they were terrible. I wish I had some of my oldest ones. I actually tried to go through the database of Flipnotes recently. Okay, well, anyway. We have keyframe, closed eye, open eye, new keyframe, closed eye. So, then do the in-betweens. I'm going to do an example without the ease in and ease out effect first.
Just going to summarize this question because it could be useful. Is there any specific pen settings you're using to do this in? Like stabilizers, weights?
I don't use a stabilizer for sketching at all because I find that it just annoys me. I use low opacity, opacity, I don't know how that's pronounced.
Opacity.
Is opacity, okay. For sketching, because it gives that kind of pencil effect. and I usually sketch with red. As you can see, I'm just drawing in between what the onion skin is showing me. I'm copy pasting it over here because this is kind of a symmetrical animation in a way. It just opens and then closes. Okay, and then it ends at 8. Wait, I'm gonna put 7 because I think that's 50. So, opening, closing eyeball. That actually looks really good. That's how you do that. But it could be improved. I'm gonna let that hold for a little bit. It could be improved in many ways because this has none of the ease in and ease out effects. So I'm gonna do this exact same thing with ease in and ease out. So this will be the ease in and ease out one. Oh gosh, what have I done? Where is my right there?
Well, while you're working on that one, Jay Squid asks, what inspired you to make your characters?
Albert specifically, it was like a weird mix of things. It was a mix of, what's his face from Magus Bride? Because that was the original intent of getting the skull mask.
Elias?
Yeah. And other than that, I think it was just like some character I wanted to make a badass. Just someone who's just like...
Wasn't it partly the Green Vision Creator's Skullhead, which inspired you just to make them like
yeah, it was just skulls. Oh yeah, and the fact that I literally collect real skulls. That too. Okay, so this next one is going to have ease in and ease out. This one does not.
Also, is it easier to tween than just to draw?
For me, no, it is not easier to tween. I have no idea how to tween. But for other people, it is. So I think the entire intent of puppet animation is to make it easier, so probably. So I'm going to do ease in and ease out. And what ease in and ease out is it's the placement of the animation within the frames. So, for example, let's say this is your first frame, the closed eyeball. This is the timeline. This is your last frame. This is the middle frame. So this is the open eyeball. This is the closed eyeball, closed eyeball. The way you place the animation, easing in and easing out, you want it to ease in, so frame, frame. So you'd want to have it slowly open and then slowly close. So go ease out, ease in, ease out. So to do that, I'm going to do that with this eyeball. So rather than having it a direct in between here and there, I'm going to have it only just barely open, just hardly open at all. Just squinting a little bit, just a little bit. And that's going to be the same on this side because it's going to eat out as well. And it's going to be open just a little bit more. Do this as fast as possible, to be honest.
People watching a tutorial who can't actually understand what they're saying because they're not actually fluent in English language.
I feel bad for them. And then this one is going to be as close as possible to being open, completely open. So it's just going to be just barely different from the fully opened eye. Barely different. So we're favoring this keyframe and this keyframe.
just a quick throw in while you're doing that one. Animating Dragon, what dimensions are you using?
Dimensions. 1920 by 1080. So like basic video dimension. Okay, so this one does have ease. So you can, when I play it, you'll see the difference. It is hardly different at all, unfortunately. God dang it! I promise this is a thing. Let me try it with like freaking, I don't know.
See it.
You can kind of see the difference. I'll hide that. I'll hide this one.
It's probably easier to do in a fully finished project than it is.
And then with this one.
Also, I just realised I'm still wearing the headphones. There's nothing actually playing.
So if I was going to want to make that more extreme, so have an eyeball that opens really suddenly, and like, I could do it like that, and then have the open.
Taking anything time the frame differently. Apparently.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. So I want this eye to snap open real fast, but I can still have the same amount of frames. So right here, it just goes, and it just opens. I'm going to also do a thing where in front of it, I'll have an actually more opened eye, which gives it a little bounce to it. Okay, so it gives it a little bounce, which a lot of people do, which is actually adding a more open version before that. And I'm also going to have another one of those barely opened ones. Maybe one more frame in the middle. Opens way too quickly. There we go. So it opens. Another cool thing I like to do is with animal eyes, when they're in the dark, their pupils are bigger, and when they're in light, their pupils get real small. So obviously, a closed eye would have a very wide, big pupil. So you start out with this really wide pupil, this big, round pupil. But as it opens, it is exposed to light, so it gets real tiny. Maybe even gonna duplicate another and have. I also tend to sometimes move things manually like this if I want to have like barely pixel wide movements. So that opening eye goes. What show did that? Where as the eye opens, it the pupil shrinks. There was definitely a
What
was that?
No, I started saying words and it kind of merged. Oh, Michael Output.
I think I'm thinking of Jurassic Park, like the first one where the dinosaur, the guy shines the light in its eyes and it opens its eyes and then the pupil shrinks as the light goes in it.
I was thinking for when there's an Oculus is opening your eyes for the first awareness. Now it's going to get out.
Might be able to do it with these ones.
Oh, so I didn't know you could put lights on the screen.
You can put what?
How do you put lights on the screen?
Yeah, you can like streams.
You got 620 likes, 1 dislike. 2 dislikes, don't know. It's 4.
Box the dislike.
It seems every time I talk there's a dislike, so I'm going to stop.
Yeah, so that's just some fun eyes. I can hardly tell the difference between those two, to be honest. The ease in and ease out is way more apparent on this one because I've done it in a little bit more of an extreme way. Oops, I deleted the background. What else? Should I answer questions now? Did you write down any?
I actually asked most of them when you're going through. Most of them aren't just me stuff on, like how you timelines, frames, Specific movements like running, walking, adding music to the video.
Oh, adding music. That's super easy. It has to be a WAV file.
The program is Krita. I don't know how well I can be heard, but...
Can you guys hear Neil okay?
Hello,
the dude in the background?
I'm assuming you can hear the random voice in the background to some extent.
It'll lag a bit. Oh wow, actually, is your stream up to date over there?
No,
did you
mine's
move back?
back.
How much lag are you getting?
Start the story.
Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, so the music has to be WAV, because otherwise it lags. Don't ask me why, I have no idea, it's just Krita being stupid. So if I want to import music, I go down here to the little speaker button and press open audio. So yeah, I have an MP3 file here. Watch as I import it. Let's set it to like 600. It might lag. Let's see how long it takes before it starts stuttering. Oh, it's gonna behave for once. Really? I guess it's just gonna behave. Okay. Usually it'll lag. you just gotta believe me. So change audio and change it to the WAV version. That's what I use. So if I was like, oh yeah, another thing that I read in the book, the big fancy book. If you want to time things with music, set your keyframe 2 frames before the beat. So if you want something to happen on a specific beat, so we want to like have it at the start of when he says dude.
Very cool.
So like, let's just put it to the beat then. Just go eh. You can kind of just play it and see where the beats are. And just put X's where the beat is. See? So that's that. So hopefully that makes sense, importing audio.
Critic Cat Trash, is it alright to make your sketches for animation really sketchy and go back and clean them up later in the second layer?
Yeah, that's what I'd usually do.
How long does it usually take to make an animation mean?
Is it alright to make your sketches really sketchy? Yes, as long as you are able to understand what you're doing. Sometimes I'll make something so sketchy, I'll be like, what was that supposed to be? You want to avoid doing that, but otherwise it doesn't matter how you can just make them as sketchy as you want, as long as you understand it. I always go back and clean it on a separate layer. So I do a sketch layer. So let's say, I wish I had kept that little wing animation. Let's say I make a guy walking. Oh, I have to animate again to help you get the idea. I just sketch on one layer and then add another layer on top, make a new frame, and then draw over it, and then delete the sketch layer. That's what I always do with every animation. What is that song? What was that song? Nefix Dangerous, copyright free version .wav, it's that. As you can see, I'm struggling to find copyright free stuff. And how long does it take to make an animation meme? A month. That's why I post monthly. I try my best to post once a month. And I just barely made it last month.
Depends on motivation, too.
It depends on motivation as well, because I have finished something last month. And now I'm working on that. Oh, I could just open that. Alright. I think it was this.
Oh, a spoiler's coming out now.
Spoilers. I hate this fucking animation so much.
Everyone?
Where the hell is it? Hello?
Is it okay?
Yeah, I'm just like looking at the frames and I can't. What the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, it's over here. Sorry, I'm being dumb.
What level do you have your stabilizer at?
For lines, my stabilizer is usually I use the weighted version and not the stabilizer. The stabilizer is a bit weird and Krita. You can use it if you want. I just don't like it. I usually just use kind of small. For if I want to make a really long line that's really clean and stable, it's got to be bigger. If I want to make smaller lines that are stable, I just kind of tweak it the way I do. Are you gonna save the stream? Yeah, I probably will. It would be good to.
And then we say yes as a die.
Yeah, it'll show up in my main thing though. Do the layers work like normal layers? Yes.
Why do you make it unlisted for your Discord server in control?
Oh man, they're gonna make a gort for me. Guys, I'm getting a gort.
What is a gort?
I don't know. I'm scared. What is a gort? Could you explain onion skins and how the operation work? Yes, I am doing. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
I think Gort has been. Everyone, when you're gonna give her out, call it Gort from now on. It's like Steven Universe. It's not Gort.
Yeah, that animation I started on Christmas Eve. Did you know that stream was not meant to be public? And then it just 700 people showed up at the start, and I was like, ugh. That was fun. Dancing! That was stupid as hell. Oh, I actually really don't like this. It's supposed to be him throwing something.
I'm throwing you a Gort, so you better be prepared.
It sounds like
here's an interesting
like
one.
a gourd.
After doggo.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you go by he, she, her, or him, or they?
It genuinely doesn't matter. I don't mind it.
I think you're asking what gender do you identify as.
Oh, I'm a chick, yeah. I'm a chick, but I kind of like the gender ambiguity that the internet gives me.
Legion is a good term.
So yeah, essentially he's going to be throwing an object. He's going to toss it, just kind of toss it in his hand and then throw it at the screen. But this is such a complex thing to animate because I'm not very good at drawing human-like bodies. And his skull is a pain. Dude, I should do like a fursuit stream. You should just dress up and then be behind me the whole time.
You don't have a webcam.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Well, you're through the one.
It's built in, it's terrible though.
So wait, you want me to be behind you the whole time?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You do great for these on camera.
Oh, I'm joking, really.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if I get my hair done.
I just realized how much noise I was going to make.
So essentially what I'm doing now is...
How do you keep your character or subject in an animation the same size in a certain scene?
Keep it the same size. That is why I do keyframes. Because if I just... So I'll draw one, then the next... They call it extremes, drawing extremes, so Cecil.
What?
Fucking Cecil.
What's he doing?
Look at the screen. Hi, Cecil. Yeah, I'm a chick. I kind of have... I've never done my voice, so nobody knew. And all my characters are like dudes now.
I don't think Cecil.
I don't think he's actually in there. I think he just pressed the subscribe button. But,
Oh.
yeah, to keep them the same size, that's why I use drawing in extremes, and I don't draw individual frame continuously. They call that, like... I think some animators do that. But, yeah, you end up kind of shrinking as you go. Which is why I draw extreme, and then fill in the frames in between it. So, this frame all the way over here and this frame here, these are all going to be filled in with individual drawings. But they're going to stay the same size. They're not going to slowly shrink as they go, because this one at the end is a guide.
Mita was apparently watching you.
Mita. Oh no, you guys, now I got all my friends in here. And I'm going to be like, God. This is what she does.
Apparently you're very big, right?
Interesting.
I'm joking, by the way, about that one. Do you have any beans?
Do I have any what? Do you have
Well,
any?
bean is the name of one of the axolotls, but...
Yeah, I have Bean. Where's Bean? I mean...
I think it was more scam joke comment, but...
No.
I don't want to make reference out of bean.
I don't know what it was supposed to mean in the first place. Furry wielding wolf microphone. I keep seeing message retracted. Is things getting censored, or are you deleting things or something?
I don't have more powers.
Oh.
I think it's the you have being retracted.
I'll give you mod powers, or you could tell me. You need to say something in the chat so I can give you mod powers.
I have been talking.
In the actual chat? Just
yes.
put through a message. There we go. And it gives you a little wrench, doesn't it? That's so weird. It gives me that in like every stream I enter. Allie Moore. I used to have a friend whose last name was Moore.
Yeah, I don't think they can actually hear me now at all.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
What is the inspiration for Cadaver?
What's the inspiration for Cadaver? He just looks like every Skulldog ever, to be honest. He's just not original.
It's really throwing me off because to everyone else, it's Ben on the actual YouTube side.
Oh, Ben, yeah.
Because this is like the only channel I don't have on video right now. Oh, what happened? I don't want to watch like whatever that video is down there. This is cool down like massively.
Why are you getting pinged so much?
Wait, what?
Oh, it's pinging you every time someone says bean.
No, it's saying Ben. That was saying Ben. That was saying my name. I mean, you can say we got to do at for that.
It's still like highlighting the brief.
Use the same brush size throughout your animation. And if so, do you use the same brush for all of your work?
I try to use the same brush size through animations, just to help with consistency, but not like religiously or anything.
Do you draw characters on a smaller canvas and then put them on a bigger one when you animate?
Oh yeah, actually. See, this one is image. This one's actually bigger than what I usually do. 1247. I usually do 1920 by 1080. But I make this a little bigger in case I need to zoom it in and zoom it out on the actual, because I import all of these as Photoshop sequences into After Effects for all the editing and things. Is there any social media that you use to explain, give hints about your characters' backstories? Self-promo time? Yes, thank you. I have a toy house, but unfortunately a lot of my characters' stories aren't super, obvious, if that makes sense. I don't have a lot of public information about them. Cadaver's story is, like, not well thought out at all.
Okay, can we stop with the bean comment, please?
Yeah, stop spamming bean.
I will put
It's
your
pinging
code
him.
out now.
Time out.
Also, what are the names of your OCs, the main ones?
The main ones. Oh no,
that's the question, but I'm rephrasing it.
We've got Cadaver, who's the Skulldog. We've got Robot, who doesn't have a robot name. We've got
There's Neo.
Ultraviolet, which is the protogen. There's Neo, which is your character.
Yep.
The little axolotl's Neo.
Who you'll see in the subscription window.
Yeah, Neo is the one that pops up when someone subscribes.
And if you're not subscribed, spam it now to find out.
But, what else? Oh, Berry, Bean, and Coco are the 3 axolotls that appear in the Kaseke meme. And they are Neo's siblings, who are, like, not metamorphosized into adult anthro axolotls, because in my weird world, instead of transforming like salamanders and tadpoles, axolotls metamorphosized from feral form into anthro form. So they're like his little siblings. Or their little siblings, because Neo is, like, gender neutral or whatever.
What is the best thing about Krita for you?
Oh man, it's just the best program. Everything. I don't know.
Autosave.
Autoframe what?
Autosave.
Autosave? Yeah, it does autosave. That's actually really, really useful. You can set that up here. Settings, configure. Somewhere.
I'm so annoyed with this. I'm actually having fun reading the questions out. How did you learn to draw?
20 years of practice. Unfortunately, I can't really give a lot of, like, life-changing advice other than the fact that I enjoyed doing it, so I did it often, so I got lots of practice. It's applied interest, so I liked it, I did it more, I got better. And I also didn't worry about being, like, the best back in the day, because I used to draw just nothing but sparkle dog OCs, and I was totally fine with that. And I went to, like, uni for it, and I did multiple, like, art classes. Technically. Technically, I did do art classes.
Ah, where did you get the cadaver suit made, and how?
Cadaver's skull is made from Dream Vision Creations, who is... Dream Vision Creations. I had it shipped here from the US, and now they don't ship to the UK anymore because I got my package caught in customs and got like a bunch of money taken. But yeah, no, his skull isn't made by me. It is made by Dream Vision Creations. But the rest of it, the ears and the fur and everything, and even the painting on the skull, which it came as like solid, pure white, blinding white, is done by me. God, that's such a freaking weird pose. I should post that fursuit video. You know that one we made in Dartmoor?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I should post that. It will upload now. It's just the fact that I don't... It's cringy.
How could you say Google Translate in Russian?
Not usually. It's okay. Yeah, they're just asking if I'm a girl, yes.
Well, no, because I also asked what the stream's about because I don't think I understand what it was saying.
They're asking what the stream is about? It was an animation tutorial, and now I'm kind of just animating and answering questions about animation stuff. How much did the cadaver suit cost? Originally, the skull actually only cost me $80, but they've actually upped the price recently, and now it's like $300. I don't know what their deal is. I mean, I don't mean to like slander them on here, but why? Why? So I was like, I actually broke his jaw once, and I was like, oh shit, I'll never be able to get it fixed because there isn't a new one. Can't get a new one. But yeah, they're a little expensive now, but I got lucky and got it before the price went up. Close the Discord server's link. My Discord server? It should be on my homepage of my channel. Do you find any use in using different colors for keys versus in-betweens? Not really, I don't do that. It's kind of a good idea, though. I can't believe there's still over 100 people in here. That's pretty amazing. Thank you, guys.
I really hope my translation worked then, but I have no idea.
What did you put in?
I thought this was an educational question and answer stream.
You have to spell.
Google Translate.
You have to spell everything correctly
I did.
through Google Translate. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
I think.
Just letting you know that it won't come out correct if you barely misspell something.
Oh boy, no.
Who was that person that got offended with the Protogen video? I tried to kind of translate it, and they're like, "You made a mockery of us." Like, I'm just trying.
Also, Cintiq is now discovering how many animations actually miss. He hasn't actually been working his entire time somehow.
He doesn't need to be.
Do you ever roleplay with your OCs?
I do not. I don't know why. I just never got into roleplaying. It's one of those things. All my friends did it. All my friends tried to get me into it, but I just never got into it. I think I kind of joined the furry fandom a little bit too late. And, like, I would be up for roleplaying, but I'm just not good at it. I never got the training. So, like, I'd be in that weird thing where I'd be like, only mature, no, not mature, but like, only literate, mature roleplays, but then I'd just be too bad at it. What do you want to do when you will be an adult and have to find work? This is what I work. This is my job, actually. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually my entire income. I am an adult, and I do have a job, and it is this, and it is bad.
It's very fun to play, and I'm allowed to make you a golf.
Yes, anyone can make me a golfed. But just make sure that if I don't see it, you gotta, like, spam it on me in every social media, because if I don't see it, it's not because I'm ignoring it, it's because I literally haven't found it.
The best place to go to my Discord. I will usually find it there.
Yeah, I have my Discord.
I tend to tell about all the things which I posted. There's also really nice people in my Discord, but that doesn't mean sound advertising.
Oh, it is a good Discord. It's worked really well. Everyone's super nice.
Can I go to Magic Studio?
Yeah. Do whatever you want. You typing it?
Yeah, because they can't hear me.
Oh, they really can't hear you. I'm sorry.
assuming they can't. Okay, just as a question, guys, just gonna ask, can you guys hear me in the background? Like, can you hear this voice? Please let me know.
Warrior Lucy says, like, I mean, a work where you get paid for it. I actually get paid for this. YouTube ad revenue.
Oh, I can be heard apparently.
Yeah, if you verify your YouTube channel, you can earn ad revenue depending. So you get, like, I think I get, like, what was it, like, $2 per 1,000 views? It's not a lot, actually, but it's, like, a part-time job, which is enough to get by.
I should mention, but I'm sat away from her, so I'm not actually anywhere close, which is amazing that you can hear.
It's good. It means my microphone's good. I don't know what microphone it's using. It might be using my headphones on.
What I was going to say was a fun fact. The original live photos of Cadaver is actually me in the fursuit.
Yeah, I want to show them all the pictures of Cadaver. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm sure they've seen all the pictures of Cadaver, right? Oh no, I'll just give them the fursuit video, because, like, what's the likelihood that that many people's gonna... Hold on. I'm like, going through my videos real quick. I'll give you guys...
The robot have a name.
No, it doesn't have a name. Wait, which robot? Which robot?
Robot.
Oh, no, he doesn't have a name as a robot. I mean, he had a name, like, before he was a robot, which was Noah, but that doesn't matter. I can't find the video. How long ago did I post that? Oh, it was...
So what do you do on your job? This.
This? This, literally this.
What streaming program do you use?
What is this called? OBS. Okay, you guys ready for some cringe?
Oh no.
There's some furry cringe for you.
Is that already uploaded?
Yeah, it's been uploaded for ages. It's just unlisted because I don't want to open up a can of worms of furry cringe compilations.
I forgot about this.
God, what the heck?
Oh, what? I actually put up this picture of that. Damn it. Hurry, we're not done.
No, the name Noah, the only reason I don't use it is because, like, there's a terrible name for a 20-foot tall robot.
If you guys come up with a name, let us know.
Yeah. In a way, it's like, maybe it just doesn't have a name. Oh my god, we lost like 20 viewers because people clicked that. we actually pulled people out of the stream. Yeah, I mean, if Psy works for you, then that's what works for you. I just use this because the timeline allows me to preview the animation quicker.
What's going on with barcode?
Barcode. Oh, speaking of 10001, there's like a meme that people were doing that was like that. I was like, oh, hey, maybe.
Do you have any specific ways you efficiently create character designs?
Any specific ways? Not really. I just kind of like occasionally will find inspiration in something, and then I'll just go to town. Like just earlier today, I made that that one thing. I don't know if you guys saw that. What is this?
Off topic, but what is your favorite video game?
Oh, Okami. Like immediate answer to that one. My favorite video game is Okami.
What are you animating right now?
It is another original meme.
I think I went the tail in the double trip.
What?
I think I forgot the tail.
You forgot the tail, yeah. Yeah, no, he has a tail, he just didn't bring it along. This character is actually so hard to draw. Oh, someone before asked inspirations for drawing Cadaver. I have a literal collection of skulls, like actual real skulls, that I use for reference. And I use that to look, and of course I have like actual Cadaver's head to look at. That helps. Oh god, sweet. Ugh. Stuffy.
I'm so glad my joke just got overwhelmed from everyone collectively.
Oh, I designed that. Oh, you guys probably haven't seen Hangnail yet. Oh, the video I'm gonna release in a few. On the 27th, I'm gonna release the recap 2019 animations. It'll just be like a compilation of my stuff, but there's actually gonna be some like extra stuff you haven't seen in there, which should be fun.
Back comment to ask, can you play music or is it bring your own music?
I'm talking now, so bring your own music. Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean this is monetized? Guys, I've made $2! The stream could be monetized.
Oh no, there's a face reveal for me in the end of that video.
What? There's a face reveal?
Apparently.
Oh, ew. I'm sorry, is it me too?
I don't know.
Oh no, oh ew, I don't want to be.
Maybe not the video, I need to double check. Okay.
Oh, it's just you, okay. Back when you had somewhat shorter hair. No, you don't look that bad.
Oh, you know what I look like now?
Yeah, I'm gonna save this stream.
You want to see the unimportant one of the two?
What do you mean the unimportant one?
I'm not the animator. I'm not the person with 100,000 subscribers. No, not 100,000. Is it 100,000?
Yeah, it's 100,000. That's so awesome. I'm so happy about that.
You still need to do your play button photo.
I know. We should do that like tonight. I wanted to have it be taken in like a better location, but
I have the applications to do this.
oh god, I'm one of those people who once I get started on something, I'll obsessively work for excessive amounts of time.
Oh, I've got a drama question now.
Drama question?
This asks, any thoughts on tracers?
Tracer?
I mean, tracers are horrible name to play.
I don't play Tracer.
I
can't play Tracer.
Copying art, by the way. I think
what?
that's what it's referring to. People tracing over your artwork.
Oh, tracers!
Dumbass.
I thought you were serious. Tracers, I don't think I've ever even had anyone trace my stuff, to be honest. And if they do, it's usually just like some kid with like 10 views on their video, so I don't really mind. I mean, don't do it, please. I do it purposefully. I'll get mad at you, but like, it's never been a huge issue.
I think the only thing we've ever had is people outright putting your videos in compilations.
Oh, compilation. I don't like those, top flip-a-clip animators. First of all, I don't animate flip, so why am I in this video? Second of all, we don't mention the fact that I tag it. But I don't tag all my videos with flip-a-clip just to get views. Nobody can see those tags anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, tracing is fine as long as you, like, don't post it publicly and claim that you... Tracing is fine as long as you either don't post it publicly, heavily credit the person, make sure it is very obvious that you traced it. Say, you know, it's practice for a lot of people. And if you don't make money off of it, for God's sake, that's one of the other things. Because in that case, you're going to end up in legal trouble if you try to do that.
Don't pull the Sony animator.
Oh god, yeah. That's the thing. He doesn't have hands right now.
Also, I'm not going to convince you about Overwatch.
You just said Tracer, and then you started talking about Overwatch, so I thought you meant Overwatch. You saw an ad that was a 4-second traced animation meme? What? That's so weird. Yeah, tracing can help, but just, like, don't post it online and claim it as your own kind of thing. If you were the photographer, do you have to credit if traced your own pictures? No. If you took the pictures, no. If you trace photography, then yeah, you have to give credit. But if you took the picture, no, not at all. But no, I don't think I've ever had anyone, like, majorly steal anything of mine that had resulted in any sort of, like, negative... I've had people put my old animation into cringe compilations, which was kind of upsetting, but...
Really good one. Have you or will you do a map collaborations with other animators in the future?
Ooh, I actually am. On the 27th, I'm going to post a video which is going to be all the animations from 2019. It's going to be like the animation rewind video for me. but it's going to have extras in it, not before scene stuff, some upcoming stuff, and one of them is going to be a map part that I'm working on. I'm actually currently working on Posteroo. Is it Posteroo?
I wouldn't really bring up a person who's yet, though, because that could be more fun.
Yeah, I don't know if that animation is going to get done. I'm doing a collaboration, and I'm doing a map. Collaboration, I'm not going to tell you with who. Map is Posteroo's jumper map. So if you guys are animators, it's a selective map, though. So you have to, be accepted into it. But,
Would you ever host a map?
oh, I want to host a map so bad, but I'm kind of nervous because, like, I really don't want it to fail and to not have enough people in it. Nor do I want people to join it and then not do their part and have to deal with that.
What FPS for specific animation?
It says that in the frequently asked questions in the description. I usually use anywhere from 10 to anywhere from like 7 to 15. Usually 10 has been my favorite for now. You didn't read it? You didn't read it? Come on, you're supposed to be setting an example here.
I wasn't meant to be talking. I was only meant to be sitting quietly playing my game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just started having fun reading the questions. Makes me feel wanted and important.
You are wanted and important. But yeah, I do want to do my own map. But it's just a matter of finding copyright-free music and organizing. I'm not good at organizing people.
My balloon is a help if you ever need it. You have to do the editing yourself because I can't do that. I can't practice it up. What is your view account? 103 apparently. Live station.
Raspberry Studio says, how long have you been animating for? I started animating on when Flipnote Studio was released, which was released in, let me Google that. When was Flipnote Studio released? I started animating in 2009. So it's been like 10 years.
Oh, it looks like you've now hit 800 odd viewers, and I think that's peaking down from there. 100 viewers and you're starting to peak down, so
that's good.
Gone.
Ooh, yay, someone's doing their first animation with me.
A tutorial and Q&A, question and answers.
Yeah, it kind of started out as a tutorial, but then I kind of ran out of, like, stuff. So if you have questions about, like, animation and stuff, I'll prioritize animation-related questions. Why does this go down? Okay, great. Hold on.
How long do you usually take to finish a map part?
A map part? I'd say half as long as an animation theme. Like, I mean, for an animation, I don't do a lot of map parts, so I can't really, I guess I'd better... Being slightly distracted, but for an animation meme, it takes me about a month, because that's the time I give myself before posting. So I post once a month.
Are you a third?
Oh yeah.
Or do you consider yourself a third?
Oh yeah, I definitely would. Because, like, I got the cadaver's costume, so...
The orange potato king art is animating hard.
Yeah. Yes. Incredibly. It's so hard.
The missing X asks, what's your favorite type of brush?
Favorite type of brush?
You use on Krita.
I usually just use the basic paintbrush, to be honest. Not very interesting in that regard.
I guess I'll try to skip a couple of the different arts before.
Okay.
Now a little bit. Because As I see how long you've been animating and what tablet do you use? Tablet artist.
Cintiq 13 HD.
I've heard a lot of questions from new people as well, as best I can. But obviously, if things happen after fall, I'm probably not going to leave it out.
It's okay, just don't hear them.
What would you recommend for beginner animators, like any types of animation styles, etc.?
Less frames for beginning animators, a lower frame rate. So 10, something very low, just to get an idea of it. I would recommend a book. Where is it? Down there. Flip to the first. Oh, I gave myself a paper cut on my toe. Look. Oh, anyway, the book is called Richard Williams' Animator's Survival Kit. It's a really, really good book. I recommend it to everyone, because that's what I had way back when I was animating on Flipnote. It helped a lot. I know I'm being like a university teacher. You gotta get like a caveman. But
I might also throw in, don't worry if the quality is low and the people you follow.
Oh god, yeah, don't expect it to be great.
Yeah, don't expect the highest quality work like this when you first start. You'll do from the beginning. Do what you can. I saw a post that I was going to read it and I lost it. I think I saw something. I'll go to that after. Question Cat Trash. Were you an artist before you started animating?
Yes.
How did you learn to animate?
I have been an artist drawing stuff since I was like 2. And I learned to animate with, on Flipnote. Just because I just enjoyed animating with Flipnote.
The age is in the description.
So I'm disappointed that I don't see any of your animations and animator tributes. I'm not sure what that. I don't know.
What is your favorite OC of yours?
Mine, my favorite OC. Oh man, that's a good question. I like my OCs, but I mean, obviously Cadaver is up there because I animate him the most, and the robot guy is up there too. But they're very recent, and it changes a lot.
You know, I'm going to rephrase the question, Linda, a little bit to make this more fun. Linda.
Oh.
What is your favorite OC which doesn't belong to you?
Oh man. Oh.
I mean, that's a fun question.
It's gonna end up just being like, which OC can you think of who's the most popular? Like, I really like Chiffon, Sir Fluff's OC, and I really like a lot of,
I really love that monster trick from, Marvel.
Oh, I really love, I think it's just the art style, it's not necessarily the OC. All of, Steel Maru's OCs are really cool. And, yeah, obviously, Chiffon, Sir Fluff's character is interesting. Animation memes take me about a month, and yes, I did them faster in the past, but that's mainly because, I didn't put as much detail into them. I animate quicker than I used to, though. But I've kind of sacrificed time for detail, and now it's just takes ages. And yeah, they take me about a month. I like Krita way better than Flash, and I'd say it's better in my opinion, because Flash does not have any good drawing brush tools at all, in my opinion. Because Flash is a vector program, and I hate vector. Vector is a different style of art, which involve, like, mathematical brushes and junk, and it can be infinitely scaled, and that's good for animation. It's like the standard for industry animation, unfortunately, but I hate it, and that's what Flash is, and it doesn't have these brush options that I prefer. Yes, Krita has timeline capabilities, and that is the best thing.
Do you draw traditionally a lot?
I haven't drawn traditionally in ages. I can draw traditionally. That's what I started out doing. But I haven't drawn traditionally in a long time.
Oh, anytime you go on a short break,
Why? Is your mom calling you? Oh, hold on, I gotta mute real quick because my boyfriend's mom is calling us.
Oh,
I will be right back.
I was hoping for
What?
a bit more time.
It's fine, it's fine.
I feel bad now.
There we go. Sorry. It's okay, don't feel bad.
My apologies on that one, everyone.
Oh, I'm hungry.
There's some more pasta left?
Yeah, I might grab some in a bit.
Or would you prefer the pot noodle or something of the sort?
Oh, do we have pot noodle?
We have pot noodle. Would that one?
Tempting.
There's one each.
Yeah, I might grab a pot noodle, but then I'll be like munching and crunching.
Yeah, I just feel silent for a bit. Let some music playing. Should work, right?
Yeah. I'm actually genuinely curious how much total monetization I'll make off of this. Like, it won't be a lot, but I'm curious.
Input or do we begin?
Yeah, monetization's enabled. It might just not be working. Anyway. Oh, what the heck is the... There we go. What is Kadabra? Throwing at the screen. I don't remember what the fuck they're called. They're those, like, bottles that are on fire. Do you know Flippant Clip? I've never used Flip Clip. I straight up never used Flip Clip. It's because the mobile screen. I hate induction touch screens, which is the induction touch screens. Where you have to use your finger. I could not deal with that because I've got like my nice tablet with the pressure sensitivity and all that. I'd get really annoyed if I had to use a phone. Flipperclip totally does have potential. It's just like Flipnote. I used to use Flipnote and it was just such a godsend. I loved it. And it was like tiny screen, very limited. So, Flipperclip is like Flipnote's successor in a way. And I'm super glad people are using it and having fun with it. Because they're making amazing stuff. Like, genuinely, people mistake my stuff for Flipperclip. Because people make stuff with Flipperclip that's just amazing. Now here's where I have to have problems. He's got one hand in his pocket. I don't have to deal with that fucking hand. But his other hand, I have to draw it, and I don't like that.
He doesn't have non-canonical legs.
Yeah, canonically, he does not have legs. No, he does have legs. I just never show them.
Oh, I know he does have legs in one animation.
Yeah, he's sitting, actually, multiple.
Which character doesn't have legs? One of the characters doesn't have legs at the moment.
No, everybody's got legs. The only characters that doesn't canonically have any lower body design would be the robot before it was a robot. How do you draw like a bottle?
Here's a question for the audience. Which character would you like to see in a future animation means more?
Oh yeah, what character do you guys want to see more of? You want to see more of that like little protogen, or do you want to see more of Cadaver?
Yeah.
Or Neo, little axolotls.
Could you move the Coke in the handle in a second?
Coke in the handle. Yes. Thank you for making me food. Look, I've got a house. What do you call it? Freaking housewife. Here, he's made me food.
You need to enter the soy sauce a second, I'll bring it over.
Okay.
And it's not quite ready, you need to leave it wait for a minute.
Yep. Ooh, that's a dangerous place to put it, to be honest. My fingers get very close to there.
Well, put it wherever you're going to put it. I just put it towards it.
Yeah.
And then it's away from when you're ready for it.
Thank you.
And your chat's now probably filled with...
Skelly Doggo, they said. Robot Guy, Robot and Cadaver, Protogen, Neo.
Neos!
Yeah, Ultraviolet was the Protogen. Their name. I still don't know if it's a dude or a girl.
It's ambiguous, depending on how you feel like it.
Do protogens even have genders?
Was that question?
I said, do protogens even have genders?
I mean, they gotta have a child to put somewhere.
Oh, how hands. Okay. I gotta pick up this. Oh, the soy sauce bottle's all sticky. I gotta do this so I can get an idea of what the hand would look like in this position. Okay. Alright. I think I got this.
By the way, just for your reference, guys, she has grabbed a bottle of sweet chili and now she's holding it.
I'm holding a bottle of sweet chili sauce in the exact same position he's holding his hand. He's got hella claws, though, which is another challenge.
Well, I've now returned to read your comments after sitting around in the kitchen for like 5 minutes. Here's a fun question. That's very serious, asked. How do you prioritize on your animations and work/home life? Do you work on your animations on certain days? Are you good at setting time scales?
I'm really, really, really bad at that. I'm like, it's all my motivation is essentially up to like random mood swings.
The home life is dealt by me, but housework, the housewife.
You make me feel bad.
I'm joking. You know I'm joking.
I know. That's a bottle, kind of.
I'd rather not be attacked by some chili sauce, please. Thank you very much. I see in the chat there. People suggesting you throw the bottle on my head.
God, no. I'm not gonna actually throw the bottle. Although I did have to like stand up last night and like do a bunch of silly poses to get like these poses back here correct.
I'm sad I missed that.
People outside the window are probably like, what's wrong with this person?
So at this point, your art life and your work life are kind of intermixed?
Yeah, I don't have a job, I have this. And it kinda almost pays the bills, except we make about the same amount of money. And we live in England, so we're not like dying because we don't make enough.
Also, thank you guys for saying Neo in the animation, because everyone kind of forgets Neo exists.
I feel like a lot of people are going to skip over the 2019 animations post and not realize that there's actually new animations.
Well, the 110 people who knew to watch it with new animation in it now.
So the thing I've noticed that I do when I'm watching streams like this is I don't tend to, like, look at the stream. I tab out and listen to what the person's saying, and if they're saying something interesting, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're doing now, I kind of tab it in, so.
Alright, if you're not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe to see the animations when they're done.
I doubt they would know this stream is happening if they weren't subscribed, to be honest.
I'm just throwing it in there, you never know.
I don't think it actually, like, goes out to non-subscribers. I think, that's how...
How many people will just end up finding it? So it says animation tutorial, so...
When you finish... This is another good question from Raspberry. When you finish the animation you're working on, are you always happy, satisfied with the end result, or do you feel like you could have done more? I almost always feel like I could have done more. Because... it's really hard to explain. I do like the animations, but sometimes I tend to not, and the only thing that keeps me making them is the fact that I'm like, I want to make a... I just look forward to doing the next one, I guess. But I always kind of look back and think, there's always things I'm like, I could have done better on that, but since I'm at a monthly post time limit, I kind of have to, post whether I like it or not. Will you be making a stream or other streams unlisted? Yeah, it depends on how they... I haven't ever made a previous stream. I delete them afterwards, immediately afterwards, usually because they contain copyrighted music, and what happens if I actually leave streams with copyrighted music up in them, if I leave them up, Content ID, I make a fucking stroke.
Content ID targets a video and then basically sends about 100 or 200 claims to the account.
Content ID gets the music once it's saved as a video. And what happens is I get about 500 Content ID claim notifications saying for every song that played during the entire stream. And as you can imagine, that's bad, but I could probably do it with this one, because this one doesn't have music.
If I was to recommend, I would say probably make this video unlisted, but post it to your public Discord available for everyone to view.
Well, I don't actually see anything wrong with just straight up keeping it available. The main thing is I don't want it to clog up my,
I was going to say to upload viewing shit, it would be, everyone can view it that way.
Yeah. I don't know how they save. They might save with all the rest of your videos like a video, but I prefer they not do that in a way.
Do you have a list of animations you want to work on in the future?
Ooh, I do. I can even link that to you. Like, I have a private list of animations that I want to do. It's called Memes I Want to Do. Creative, right?
Alyssa asked you ever take commissions?
Not for animation memes.
You've had problems with that in the past, haven't you, recently?
I haven't had problems with... what do you mean by problems?
Just a couple of unsavory customers.
Oh, animation commissions in general. I had, like, one person who kept weirdly pushing not safe for work stuff in the chat, and it made me uncomfortable, but, like, that wouldn't happen frequently. But no, I don't have to do commissions. I got the headshot commissions available. For, like, still headshots, but not animations, because they're difficult.
And you need the OC link.
Huh? What?
You lost viewers to your own link.
I know, I lost viewers to my own link. I loved it. That's funny.
I think you tend to open commissions when you're both really in the mood to be able to support and sustain doing the art, as well as just feel like there's something different as well.
Yeah, I'm really weird when it comes to art motivations. Sometimes I'll go for like weeks where I won't be able to draw at all because I've just lost the motivation. And then it'll suddenly appear again, so I tend to open commissions very rarely when I'm sure that I'm in a good mood, and I finish them like that day.
Just as Cookie said, your photos are hot, by the way.
That's great.
I want to read the funny comments as well, by the way.
Oh, please do. Thank you. You're helping me so much. I wasn't even like, didn't even ask you to help. I just...
See, this doesn't happen, I stream. Yes, I stream.
You stream games, but because you don't have a lot of followers, you don't tend to get any like viewers, which sucks.
We've had a stream like 20 months.
Oh man, someone's doing a gift. Oh yeah, the gift, the Undertale person's doing a gift for me. Oh, I'm excited.
What tips do you have for making keyframes?
Oh, tips for keyframes. Keyframes go on the extremes. So, this guy's keyframes are, well, mostly these. So, anytime there's an extreme change in movement, you want to make a keyframe. So, hand down, hand up, down again, up, down, then extreme change in pose, extreme change in pose. That's the peak of that pose, where he's got his arm up ready to throw the thing. And then, that's like the other end of the... So that's technically the peak keyframe. And then it goes down, that's another keyframe, and that's another extreme part of the pose. You can see I've even labeled that as a keyframe. And that's technically not a keyframe. This is just a little piece of the end of that. But yeah, keyframes.
Yeah, there was also another question, but it has code by it, so I'm just going to paraphrase it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favourite part of doing the animation? Favourite thing to do in the animation to animate itself?
My favorite thing to animate?
Moving the body, moving the arm.
I like moving the face and moving the eyes and making them do that angry eye look thing. I really like major points in the music where I can make... I like animating teeth, mouth opening, like with big monster teeth. As you can see, I do that a lot. Oh, and tail flipping, like tail wagging is really fun as well. This is not fun. I don't enjoy this. I hate this scene. It's very complex, and I feel like it'll really make the animation. And it'll be different from other animation memes that tend to do very basic movements, but I hate it. I can totally see why people don't do this kind of extreme level of animation, to be honest.
Is there an opposite of a keyframe?
An opposite of a keyframe? I guess that would just be the in-betweens. In-betweens are what you put in between the keyframes to pull it all together. So, that are very close to the,
All the hands. Will you by chance do another animation with the two figures from the Told Ya animation?
Oh, those motherfuckers.
I can't remember which channel it was.
That was Kane and Ross. They were fucking, I hate them. I probably actually won't. I probably actually won't, because those characters are kind of, I'm phasing them out, because they were originally for a comic thing and for a thing I did for school, and I'm kind of like... and I'm kind of phasing them out because, well, what I'm really doing is I'm kind of developing aspects of them into newer characters. I'm eating ramen now, so I apologize for the blowing out at the mic.
What is your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby? I collect skulls and do taxidermy. Aside from art, obviously. And yes, I'm serious. No, I don't know Homestar.
All the emojis. This is Krita! To whom do you give sub? I'm assuming subscription?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming it's not the Avatar.
Do you do your own taxidermy? I want to answer that question. Yes, I do.
Oh,
Like the kind of like, you know, when you see like the creepy looking dead animals in the museums and the displays show like natural history stuff. That's the kind of stuff I do. No, I don't kill anything, by the way. It's all, you should Google vulture culture, it's kind of cool. But
chickens are tasty, apparently, according to one of the comments.
the Told You meme is the first I ever saw from you. That's surprising. I didn't like that one. Oh, yeah, my gender ambiguity is gone.
Actually, no, the truth is actually I'm way more, but I've been sad for you to join this entire time.
No, yeah, shut up. I love you, but shut up. No, that's Neo.
Hi. I'm the one using Neo. I'm also playing in the chat right now.
Probably a good 10 there. Grave. Oh, I crave chow mein too, man. Love chow mein.
Don't make it get Chinese. It's not in the budget at the moment, and it's not open yet.
Oh god, so he's got it in his hand like, hold on. He's got it in his hand in this, the frame before this, he's got it like this. And then he goes like this. So then it's facing this direction?
Have you just had a moment of realization?
No, I'm just holding the hot chili sauce cup again, or bottle again. So the bottle will be like, technically facing towards us a little bit. It has turned its perspective around, because his hand is turned around.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this out because I'm discussing people being furries in the chat. I don't think it's really something to throw at them because it's
What?
a community thing to follow. Same with the other fandom, really.
What's about furries?
I'm just going to talk about the odd one out who I think is one of the, like, what's the term for it? Like, vlogging animators. They tell the stories about their liking things through animations.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of find the idea about to say, hey, this person's a furry, comment here. It's kind of just the group animators they follow. It doesn't really define who they are or what content they make.
Yeah, I make mostly furry content, though.
I wasn't saying anything bad about it, I was just making a general
Oh, yeah, I know.
comment.
This is a difficult one.
How do you change to Simon and
Can you show is how you smear? Oh, what? Smear frames? I actually am not really using any smear frames here. I don't usually, I used to use more smear frames, but now I kind of don't. I should. This is going to be your original one with Dangerous by Netflix. This song here.
Don't say it now,
oh no, somebody's going to do it so freaking fast, and then they're going to put it as the original. It doesn't matter, I'll still do it. If you can do an animation meme from Dangerous by Netflix in the amount of time that it takes me to finish this one, I will personally promote it. By claiming that yours is the original. That's about as much promotion as I don't usually get from doing an original.
Do you ever make any really cartoony drawings?
Really? I used to do Pony. Pony was the shit. Watch me draw a pony in like 2 seconds. Watch me draw a pony in like a millisecond.
Is Crabapple being spawned again?
Crabapple is being spawned again.
Oh no.
After...
You have summoned...
It'll take me literally 2 seconds to remember how to draw a pony again. Seriously, I drew ponies. I drew ponies so fast back in the day. Oops.
And that was going to be stuck in the animation permanently. Just to give me a single frame. A millisecond frame of it.
This is going to be a millisecond of Crabapple.
Dude,
oh god, I don't remember.
You should be on the bottle.
Oh god, it'll be cider. Boom, My Little Pony. But yes, I used to draw very cartoony because I did so much pony fan art. I loved ponies.
And that's actually how we met.
What are some mistakes you see smaller? Raspberry, you're really like
On these questions.
really good with these questions. Also, your freaking profile picture looks like crab apple from really far away. You're good with the questions. What are some mistakes you see smaller animators do you wish we could correct? It's nothing I didn't do when I was younger.
I guess my only dream, and I probably shouldn't say this,
Yeah, you go for it, because
is I find a lot of people think that this, how do I put this without coming off like complete and utter ass? There's a very specific type of like animation meme style, which I see a lot of people fall into thinking that it's that one where just basically
head bobbing?
it's still image, but they're flipping the still image instead of actually animating anything. Is that they've done it in like that old thing where you used to do it with photos?
Just flipping back and flipping. Yeah. I mean, obviously,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Less animation is always like not as good, but also it's up to like when I was first using Krita, I did like 5 frames and just looped them over each other because I didn't know what else to do. I'm actually having trouble answering that question because I kind of just like everything.
Like it can be. Side, I'm very much on the critical side.
It can literally just be like headbanging for days, and I don't care. I like it anyway. But I see people tend to not time things well with the music. God, I'm just like actually don't really know. It's all stuff that they probably know is incorrect, but they just don't have the skill yet to figure out how to fix. Oh my god, what the heck? It looks so fucky.
2 questions, by the way. Which one is?
Ooh, okay.
Do you have a DeviantArt?
I do. It's just with Wolf94.
And do you upload to it regularly?
Yes, but I'm actually starting to phase out DeviantArt a little bit more, though. I would follow either my Twitter or Instagram, which is both WingWolf94, instead, because I'm gonna stop posting on DeviantArt eventually. Because it is a dying website.
And what are some of the phases you went through when animating? I'm also going to expand this to animating and arting.
What phases? Sketch is always the first, line art, then coloring, and then shading.
I think they're meaning styles.
Styles? Oh.
Like going from your wolf characters towards your pony towards this now.
Yeah, it's been... I started with like the very, very stereotypical 2010 neon emo wolf characters, like Sparkle Dog, neon, emo haired wolves. Those were like the shit back then. Which was, I guess, was just furries, just older furries, but they were all feral. And dragons and stuff, and then I went to ponies, which was a big portion of my time, which was such a vastly different style. Dude, this bottle is practically going to be on your face at this point. Wham.
Have it smash the screen?
It'll smash. That'll be the transition. The transition will be the bottle flying into the screen really hard.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was looking for what's been animated and reading your chat.
I know, right? So I guess I could put the bottle, like, here.
I would probably say the style you draw in the least is probably the cutesy style right
I don't do cutesy right now. I used to do cutesy with Pony.
Like, Mew is the closest thing, and that's honestly because the only reason it exists is my own thing.
I also do not frequently draw humans. That looks like it's going slightly to the side. It's started a little sideways.
What is something you would like to improve when doing your animation?
Something I'd like to improve. Humans. I want to learn to draw humans. What?
I just have to say at the same time you did. Humans.
Oh, did you say humans too? Man, we said that at the exact same time. Oh, it probably didn't come out because of the lag on the street thing, though. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have lag. We're in person. Would you like to a speaker or a devil for the gift? Oh, would you like a speaker or a devil? A speaker or a devil?
I mean, I'm just imagining the radio demon.
I'm imagining, like, a speaker, like an Amazon Echo or something, and then, like, a devil. So I'm gonna say a devil.
Okay, I've now just got, what was it, Alistair from the Hampton Hotel? I've got him voicing Amazon Echo in my head now. What can you do, my family fellow?
I can suck your dick. God, I should probably not. We're full of 13-year-olds.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. That means you now can tick this one as not child content.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, how long ago did you read that? What are the things you'd like to improve?
A while ago? What?
That only just came up. Do you see the ha 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 from Cryptic Cat?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Like now?
Oh, okay. I guess they just repeated their question. I got worried about lag.
But it's cool out now.
I do have a Discord group, actually. How do I link this? Who's messaging me on Discord?
Diesel. Only.
Oh, no. For all the people that really want the, what if this person messaged me with nothing? I've got a message from someone who has sent me nothing. All it is just a notification that this person exists. Anyway, you should link the server in there. I'm getting distracted on Discord. They can't see my Discord when I open it. You draw a cadaver in your sketchbook at school. Oh man, you should show me that though. I want to see it. I really want to see it all. If you guys ever draw my characters, please show me. You gotta like spam me on like every website you can find. Otherwise, I won't see it.
You can post it into the Paramount channel, and I'll be able to link it to us from there. Once I actually remember how to get the crossed out.
Do you ever plan on doing a sketchbook tour? What's a sketchbook tour? Sorry, but I do not know what that is. Sketchbook of art over time that you showcase. I don't really... Oh, burping. I don't really, draw in a sketchbook. I kind of just draw on, like, computer. And all of my, like, real ancient stuff that would be funny to tour through is all in America.
I don't know why that took me so long.
What, linking the,
Yeah, I couldn't find the link. Let's create one. So.
Oh wow, what the fuck? That hand came out really well.
There we go.
Dude, look at the hand I just drew. The pose that it's in. It's like a frontward-facing hand that I've never been able to do before.
Right.
I've never been able to get that hand before. But that worked. That's so weird. Just by chance, I managed it.
I'm trying to hand you to do that. I'm searching for something. Oh, yeah. I remember it.
Oh, God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We'll give you guys a warm welcome in a bit. That is the worst hand I've ever drawn in my life. God. Whatever. No. I'm redoing that. Fuck it. Hand deal. Oh my god, this is like what? I got the first pose right, but then literally even just the in-between is messed up.
Also, just gonna say within Patreon.
There we go. Oh, Patreon, yes. I have a Patreon. I have a Patreon and I'm also selling pins with Cadaver's face on them. I wish I could pin that merch to the chat. I don't know how that little like thing at the top of the chat, I don't know if they can see it without ad block. I don't know how to change that. It just puts it up as random.
Yeah. I don't think I have control over that.
I don't think I have control over that merch shelf, which is cool. I wish I could make it so that it shows off my pins.
Also, yeah, that question keeps popping up, which has been answered already.
Which question?
Griffin Howlers, what would you do to improve?
Doing
what
animation.
Would you like to do to improve your animation? Like,
what would I like to improve? I want to keep drawing. I'm going to draw humans better, but the problem with that is the fact that I'm refusing to like practice because I'm scared of drawing humans because I don't like the way they turn out. And hands, I'm getting better with hands though. I've been doing a lot of practicing with hands.
See, I told you that people will be subscribing to you.
Nice. Did the little subscription thing pop up?
Yes.
That's so cool. I'm surprised that worked. I couldn't get that to work at first, but I guess the stream has to be live for it to work.
I'm finding it hard to draw the legs and bodies of animals with any tips.
Oh, legs and bodies. Digigrade legs are... Do you have the same issue drawing human legs? Would you be able to tell me if they answer that? Are you okay at drawing human legs? It's just animals that you have trouble with?
Roses is the one asking for questions, so if it has some roses, add to it, I'll be able to bring that out. Also, thank you for the subscriptions, all that jazz. I'm not reading names because easier. I'm good at
humans. I should really eat my ramen before it gets cold.
Yes,
I'm gonna leave this running. I'm not gonna draw. I'm gonna like real quickly eat my ramen for like 10 minutes and answer questions. So you guys can ask as many questions as you want.
I'm not needed, so
okay. Oh no, it's okay. You can still.
This one's empty.
I'm good at humans, just not animals. Okay. Of course, I'm okay with that, Grave. I'm sorry your brother did that. That's kind of shitty.
What's the weirdest thing?
Wait, I'm still on that one person's. Animal legs are like human legs, just like with different proportions. So they don't bend backwards. A lot of people think animal legs bend backwards. Just Google Google digitigrade leg anatomy and like copy those pictures. Like you'll eventually get the hang of it.
The dancing roses has subscribed. The dancing
and reference, of course, reference as well. So, like, that's what I just said. That's CG.
Wait, what?
The person just yelled reference.
Hi, CG.
Hi, CG, I'm here eating in a stream with 100 people.
You got Cintiq in here.
Okay, what was the other question? The other question?
I forgot.
The weirdest thing I've ever done?
Okay.
Yeah, I moved to the UK. That's one terrible freaking thing. One time, a group of my friends and I, we used to live in the middle of nowhere, and she owned turkeys, and one of their turkeys got out and was, like, lost for, like, a week. And they assumed it was dead, because, like, wolves and shit would eat it. But, like, we went down swimming at the lake, and we were just, like, 3 girls in bikinis, and we saw this turkey, right? And we're like, oh my god, it's her turkey. So we had to, in bikinis, like, 12-year-old girls, covered in mud, catch this turkey, an entire live giant turkey, and bring it back to her house. So, and we had to wrap the turkey in towels because it was just, like, scratching us. So, and to get back to her house, we had to walk along the highway. So we were 3 girls in bikinis walking along a highway carrying a live, angry turkey. So that's one of the weirder things that I've done. Cryptic says they're only good at drawing things in, like, a specific pose. Yeah, drawing things from specific angles. I'm good at some angles, really bad at others, and it's just a matter of doing the other angles as much as you can until you get it right.
Do you like the amazing world of Gumball?
This person says there's no need to translate real life into drawings when others have done it before. That's how you end up not knowing how to draw certain angles. I'm going to be your terrible art teacher from school and say that real life reference actually is really important. Because the reason that a lot of people have trouble and can only draw things from one angle is because they're looking at other people's drawings and copying the drawing rather than the actual item. Someone says, you live in the UK, same, I'm so happy right now. What are your thoughts on other animation apps? Flip-a-Clip is great. I've never used it, but other people create such cool stuff on that.
Corby Puppers asks, what is your favourite thing to draw/animate?
I like big monster teeth. Those are fun to animate. And eyes are always really good. Flapping wings. It's mainly just, I like to animate things that are easy to animate and always kind of look cool. Do you use a certain... Yeah, I tend to use, like, start with a stick figure. For bodies, I kind of use this weird, like for a chest, I would do this kind of, like, diamond-like shape for, like, the rib cage. And then, like, the arm would go here. And the arm muscles, you kind of got to look at... This is... Learning how to draw arm muscles is, what I had to look into, like, life drawing for, because I could not figure it out otherwise. Because it's really complicated otherwise.
Oh, have you used any of the tablets?
Any of the tablets?
Any other tablets?
Other tablets. My tablet before this was in Intuos, and it didn't have a screen. And this one, and I think I used the bamboo tablet, the old bamboo tablets. And then I used, and then it's just the Cintiq.
Should I tell you my tablet?
What was your tablet brand? It was the worst thing I've ever used.
Oh, did you have a name?
Ben got this horrible tablet, or Neo got this horrible tablet. Yeah, he's been there.
I'm Ben, yeah.
He got this horrible tablet that didn't have any pressure sensitivity and had, like, maybe, like, dots on the screen that the pen would fall. It was so bad.
I bought this cheap thing for, like, 10 quid. And it was so bad.
Unfortunately, now, I think I'm actually going to have to start on the in-betweens. I think I'm actually done with the base animation of this. But now, this is all of the keyframes done. I feel like there needs to be something in between here. Actually, no. It's going to be a fast motion there, so. Any tips for the Intuos? What programs? Same programs as this, really. Krita's really good because it has full pressure sensitivity on all that. The Intuos is a good tablet. It's a good beginner tablet. I would always recommend screen tablets, though. I'd never go back to having a not screen tablet after this. When coloring, do you use separate layers for lighting, base color, and shading? Yes, I always do. See what I'm doing here is I'm kind of just.
How long have we been streaming?
Oh god, I don't know.
I'm scared.
It's been 2 hours. It's only been 2 hours. That's not bad. I thought it was going to be like 5. By the way, we can.
I never was actually going to be said. I just felt like saying that out loud.
We can quit whenever you want, sweetie. If you want to, like.
No, I didn't comment.
You just having fun? Okay, good.
I'm probably going to leave myself.
Oh my goodness, what the heck did I just do?
Right.
Selected all the.
I
Yeah.
don't understand this, so I'm going to read it out loud.
Okay.
How do you blue tape?
What?
What have you just done there?
I don't know.
You don't know.
That's what I was saying. What the hell did I do?
You made a monstrosity.
Yeah. Accidentally selected all the alpha.
Yes, I don't know what this actually refers to, but how do you blue tape?
How do I glue tape?
Blue.
Blue tape. How do I blue tape? God, I have no idea what that means.
Sorry, I'm right. That's board Kiwi asking the question there.
Board Kiwi, you're gonna have to be more specific. I have no idea what you mean. Glue tape? This animation is about cadaver throwing shit. No, I don't know what it's about. It's just
blue tape.
it's just cadaver being badass to music because that's what everyone wants.
No one can like science more than me. It's not scientifically possible.
It's not scientifically possible.
That was a Zen comment.
Oh, okay, good. So I got the reference correct.
Yeah. Any tips on making an OC?
Ooh. Oh man.
Have fun.
Yeah. Just do what you want. Oh man, there's like a lot of character design stuff I could say that I learned in uni, like using bold shapes. Like, but other than that,
It really depends on your creative process, I think. For me, I find making the character's kind of background a little bit easier to merge into a character, to add into the design, and I think you just design the character and the background.
yeah, I tend to design a character and then their story comes afterwards, but the song is probably the best.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Wait, I can't hear you now?
Hang on, if I sit up and lean towards you, then maybe I can. Maybe
How can you draw so good on a tablet? A tablet is very similar to just drawing traditionally. It makes drawing easier. That's why people spend $600 on a tablet. I mean, obviously it doesn't make drawing like, it doesn't really make it like easier, but it helps a lot to have a good tablet.
Would you give a repeat of the OC answer?
Yeah.
If they can hear me a bit better now in theory?
Yeah, hopefully.
I was just saying that in the OC creation process, it really depends on your style of making a character. I find it easier to make the background of a character and the design falls into place around that, whereas Windwall finds it easier to design the character and then the story falls into that category. The end of the character at the moment, the axolotl, I designed parts of the story around him, about how the fact that he evolved from being a actual bipedal axolotl into the shape he is in now. Quadrupedal, sorry. And then the design sort of fell into place from there, where Cadaver was designed from a design, and now a story being created as, well, the animations come out. Naming a character is just generally just picking a name of what you feel is like. I used to go by the name Rio Disc, which was a Yu-Gi-Oh name. I sort of merged into my fandoms and things, But other people do other stuff, like
I'm gonna do a smear frame for this arm.
apparently I'm speaking Doctor's handwriting.
Guys, someone asked about smear frames. Smear frames you want to do when there's not enough frames to show a really fast animation. So this frame and then this frame, I need to make a frame that is in between that frame, where the arm is between here and here. But I only have one frame to do that. So what I have to do is I have to make a smear frame so that the arm is like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like this big, horrible, gross arm shape thing. And that's going to technically be his arm. And the bottle and his hand. So between this arm and this arm is just going to be like a big kind of amorphous shape. That's gonna look, it might look super weird. I'm not used to smear frames. Yeah, it's not ideal. So like the bottom of the hand is here, the top of it starts there. It might look better when it's colored. Also, the bottle is going to be somewhere in between here. So he's got it in his hand like this. I'd have to take the actual glass bottle I have. He's got it like, oh, wait, what? He's got it like that? Oh, wait, the bottle is facing the wrong direction in this anyway, so I need to fix that. He'll have the bottle facing upward now. I got distracted. I was gonna do smear frames, but now I'm like fixing his hand. Essentially, I don't do smear frames often because I don't know how to use them really.
I hope my comments on the chat summed up the question a little bit better than trying to read it out loud.
I did the wrong frame. What was the question? I got distracted.
The question was, how do you name OCs? Which I did.
Oh god, don't ask me that, man. Half my OCs are unnamed.
I tend to find that it's easy to make either reference to something you like already, like a fandom name, or just name the character based on the design itself, or even go up with some kind of like...
I've noticed that a lot of my characters have like just words for names, like Cadaver and Hangnail and Ultraviolet. Those are just words.
Neo is Nearby the Light Beam.
Oh yeah.
Colors.
His
Real
colors.
Disc was an anime reference based on something I enjoyed. Like things like that is how I do mine. But I can't.
Yeah, I'm bad with the names. Obviously, the robot guy doesn't have a name. Skylar is my oldest OC, and I actually don't like his name at all. And I mean, he's a winged wolf, so like Sky. Because he flies. God, that's so bad. Ugh. Oh, I see. I can just draw it like this, can't I? I'm gonna have to resize this canvas because that gets cut off. God, whatever. I'll fix that handle later. So that bottle. What made you pursue animation? I kind of just started it and enjoyed it. And then realized, oh, people are liking these. So I kept making them, which gave me more motivation. I know people are like, subs doesn't matter, but kind of, in a way, it helped the motivation to continue. It sounds bad, but oh my god, that's just senseless bullshit in there.
If you also decided to cover a chat with just messages I don't want.
What?
For some reason my email decided, oh, I'm gonna load messages and fill out whatever chat messages for me. I don't know.
How do you do a little overlay around this program for streaming? Oh yeah, that's a nice little thing, isn't it? That's just a transparent PNG image that's overlaid over the top of it. In OBS. Literally, it's just, you can add an image to the thing, and I just chose to add a giant square around the whole thing. I just started enjoying it and carried on. Definitely me eating. Same. Oh, this is taking so long though, it's driving me crazy. That's one of the things. This animation itself is becoming time consuming.
It's fun reading the comments.
This is like the worst part of this animation, is the worst part of the whole music video. It's not an animation meme. I was dreading having to do this part, which is why this one technically was started last month and could have been posted this month, but instead, Robot got posted this month.
This project will most likely turn into a full meme at some point.
It's almost done, actually. It's almost done. This is just the part that I've been struggling with. It'll probably be next month's meme, to be honest, or this month's, yeah, next month's meme, so probably around the 20th next month. It goes monthly. Don't take my word for that.
What is the best way of getting out of art block? Says Cornell.
Oh man. Look at other people's art and get inspired. Look at other people's art and get inspired. Is my way. And listen to music and stuff. It might actually, I can't say that it's easy to get out of art block because I have troubles with it too. Sometimes I just can't. It's just gotta kind of wait and see.
Do you use Pinterest to get references?
No, I freaking hate Pinterest. Pinterest steals my shit all the time.
I really go with comments, I promise. Well, many as I can without repeating questions.
Yeah, if your comment didn't get read, it's probably because it's a repeated question, or it might be already in the frequently asked questions section down in the description.
Oh, speaking of new questions, just to ask, do you ever do collabs?
I'm working on a collab right now with someone that you guys probably know, but I don't. There's no release date on that. I guess who it is? Try and guess who it is. Try and guess who I'm doing a collab with.
I actually forget.
It's, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, though, would you?
I'm not so up to get my animating name.
Someone whose art style is very similar to mine. Well, it's someone who does furry stuff.
What is it secretly mean? But all the rest of mine is stick figures. Cryptic Cat asks, have you seen anime? And if so, what anime have you seen?
Oh, I've seen a lot. Like,
In a way, because it's still.
I'm not super into anime, but I have watched anime, so. Like, Full Metal Alchemist is definitely a good one. It's essentially, I've seen all of the real safe, kind of basic, everybody's seen them anime.
I believe in your details about this found out of Gabe from Hero Academia.
Hero Academia, yeah, I watched Naruto recently because I didn't see that when I was younger.
Oh, that was a fun one to sit down and watch.
Yeah, it took ages. It took over a year, practically. Oh, my tooth hurts.
It was worth doing.
Why?
How old is Kadama?
Oh, gee, that is a good question. I have no idea. I'd say probably like late 20s. I'd say late 20s. He's probably alright. You know what? I'm gonna put him at like Ben's age. I'm gonna put him at like, wait, how old are you? You're 27, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put him at like 27.
Don't worry, I forget my age too.
I always imagine Cadaver as a teenager. I suppose everybody would kind of imagine him as the age they are, really. I don't know.
Do you have any tips on developing an art style?
Oh god, just
Just
draw and then it'll develop on its own. Don't worry too much about developing a style. Just draw things that you want to draw and then eventually it'll develop on its own. That's how it always has worked for me.
Donna Gamer, what should be the first thing you start drawing?
Oh, well that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Just draw what you want to draw. What do you think would be fun?
Umbra Husky, how long have you had Cadaver?
Ooh. It was when I was back home in America last time. No, not last time. Remember when I made the actual suit?
I was going to modify the reference in the chat, but I feel like I really wouldn't get it.
I haven't actually had Cadaver that long. He's not the oldest OC I have, definitely.
Oh, I have got a question.
Ooh.
Do I do any art stuff or post to YouTube? I cannot draw to save my life.
No, he doesn't draw.
I'm good at
He does gaming streams. Link him your gaming stream channel. And then stream more. Why?
I've streamed like 3 times in like 3 months.
Yeah, but that's because you don't have motivation, because nobody freaking watches them. You gotta get more people.
Usually in the artistic terms, I'm better at doing backstory stuff and things like that than I am actually drawing. I help hint a lot of stuff towards your character designs and stuff that you should do from time to time. Not all the stuff you use, but I have a direct.
How is your stream? Are you behind or?
My DXD go back and forth.
Because I just noticed that it seems like that's a bit delayed.
What responses do you find frustrating or annoying when drawing and animating?
Just not being able to do like a certain pose or something. It's really. Oh, and Krita crashing. Does that a lot. Once you get into bigger files. In fact, the last stream I did, Krita did in fact crash. But luckily it auto-saves, so I only lost like 5 minutes of drawing.
I'm not going to put up the stream link for myself now because I'll just lose track of where the chat is. I stream on Twitch from time to time other than a video disc. I'll link it at some point when I remember. If I remember.
Oh, that's a hand. We'll just pretend. It's fine.
And I probably shouldn't link Twitch right now because YouTube's doing that thing where it tells people off for linking Twitch.
Oh yeah,
But I'm
competitor.
not going to do that actually.
I mean, I think it's probably fine.
I'll tell you what, you'll be able to find me in the Discord for the artist tab because I post when I go live in there anyway. That works.
Yeah.
How do you draw hands?
How do you draw hands? God, that's... It's taken me ages. And I still don't really know. Mostly looking at references.
If I had $1,000, what would I do with it? Save it?
Save it.
I'm not going to go to the all of the stuff there.
Oh god. Help us with our visa fees! Ugh.
Wait. Do you actually draw... The missing ace. I'm not sure if you do this a lot, but do you accidentally draw a right hand on the left arm?
I've done that a few times, but I think I've gotten kind of used to not doing that.
Cryptic Cats, I'm messing up the names now. How old are you, William? And were you originally born in England?
I am 25?
Yeah.
5, and... Listen, my birthday was like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a week ago. But, and no, I was born in America. I moved here because Neo lived here. It is harder than it looks. It is way harder than you would think to move countries. It is practically impossible if you don't get incredibly lucky. Or if you're not rich. I'm not rich. Yeah.
Also, you also started out just jumping up.
Jumping up? Like
you just had like 3 in the last minute.
Huh.
I wasn't really paying attention to the names.
I don't know why. But yeah, no, I wasn't born in England.
It's getting to the point where the age we're at, the fact we don't use the numbers so much, we forget what we actually are.
Yeah. Once you get to your like mid-20s, you'll kind of be like, what am I, 20 something? Who cares?
Like, once you get a certain age milestone, like 18 for drinking or like driving and stuff like that,
if you get past that, you start to...
people start asking for how old you are, you just kind of think, okay, I'm over the milestone, but how old am I? Because that's what I find. Do I still have a Discord link on my copy paste? I do. I'm going to repost that one.
I thought we said we were going to wait for that Discord to die.
Oh, it's your fan server now at this point. Indigo Wasp asks, are you asking questions? Sorry, I had to.
Did they actually ask?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I am.
I think you might need to rename the stream to Q&A.
Oh yeah, can I rename the stream? Is that a thing I can do? Hold on, video details, edit.
Also, just put on the description what animate you're using, because everyone's been asking.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. While I'm editing that.
What is that really used for? Processing?
After Effects, Adobe After Effects. You made me type After Effects into that question.
Sorry.
Alright, so I've changed the name of the stream to Animating and Q&A. Hopefully I won't kick everybody out and, like, stop the stream. Dude, only 88 people! That's so many people! Did it change?
Yes.
Cool. And it didn't kick everyone out?
Well, apparently it's still marked as unlisted.
What? It's marked as unlisted?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't change it to unlisted, did I? No, it's set to public. Strange. It might just be, you have to, like, refresh it or something.
Maybe. Refreshing. Nope. 86 people watching.
As for saving this stream, I might opt for saving it temporarily, but then doing, like, a small video that actually is a tutorial. Oh, but I don't want to do that, because I really want to limit my... Yeah, I'll put this in the Discord. It will be marked as an unlisted video, though, when it's done. Just so, because I don't want it to clog up my, my videos list.
The stream probably blipped because we just updated the title on it. FAB.
It blipped. Why are people saying hello? Did it re-notify people or something? Because I changed the name.
Oh, no. Did it?
It might have. Probably not.
I mean, people have been joining it anyway. Where did you get the idea to draw Krita?
He was kind of, like, inspired... Well, I collect skulls, like, literal, actual animal skulls, so that's... I like skulls. So Skull Doggy was definitely... I like spooky characters, I like badass characters. It's all just stuff I like, really. It's just a combination of stuff I like.
People calling Krita cute.
Oh no, here come the monster fuckers. Oh no, I totally made him to cater to the monster fuckers. Huh? No, of course I made him for fun. Joking.
Krita is the edge skull boy.
Yeah.
Edge boy. Boy! I'm talking about one chicken from,
Oh, this is gonna take so long. Oh, this is gonna take so long, guys.
I told us this, I want to find skulls too, but I can never find them. Where did you get the skulls?
I just found them in the woods, to be perfectly honest. I grew up in, literal, like, advanced wilderness. Because I used to live in very remote areas. And I would be outside all the time, like 24/7, so I just kind of come across that stuff by chance. I kind of just started collecting it because I thought, oh, skulls look really cool, and like as an art.
I think we're not actually going anywhere.
Wait, what? Oh, it blipped again?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, bye? I can't.
Try the rest on the screen.
Extra on the screen. I mean, it's there.
Again,
What are they seeing? I wonder if are they seeing buffering or are they seeing?
Buffering a second ago, but it's...
Trying to figure out what's causing it.
And to be fair, because of how hard watching the stream, I think it's sweet.
Huh. I don't have anything open on mine. I hope it wasn't.
I think it was only a couple seconds.
Think so?
Oh, I see that. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it always could be YouTube servers as well.
Oh,
it went black and the sound cut off. I mean, if you guys get that, like, stream suspended due to whatever for, like, a half a second, it probably shouldn't do that. That was happening in no, it was happening in Ice Carlo's stream.
Alright guys, chat question time. Favorite Pokemon, go.
Oh god. Wait, what the frick? He has too many fingers. Well, that's one thing I'm not supposed to do. Just straight up draw too many fingers.
I think my,
What's up?
I think I might be too far away again.
Do you have any problems in Krita? Like I have some problems with audio all the time. Yeah, the audio, you gotta use WAV files. Krita doesn't like MP3s. It lags behind the animation if you do that. And for me, it's just the way to fix that was just to use WAV files.
If Cadaver showers, doesn't use shampoo.
I mean, probably. Whose question is that?
That is Wolfie the animatronic wolf.
Probably, I would assume.
I mean, I can imagine he uses like wax.
Doesn't use like dog shampoo or something.
What do we use on a front part? Like wax or.
What?
You know, for making a shine on the skull.
The skull. Don't freaking know.
Like wood polish?
Wood polish. Dude, the real question is it actually a skull or is it like some sort of strange exoskeleton thing?
Is he even a dog? Is he even a thing?
He's like a demon thing. I actually don't know what he is, to be honest. I haven't really... His backstory's all over the place.
I mean, at one point he was summoned, at another point he was this.
He's been summoned. He's been summoned by someone, but it's kind of unknown whether or not he's a demon or some sort of like magical construct.
He's not a good influence on kids, so I'll tell you that much.
No. He's what were we saying? He was chaotic neutral?
Chaotic evil.
No, he's not chaotic evil. God. He's probably closer to chaotic neutral, but not like the... He's probably close to chaotic good, actually.
Could you donate Cadaver's extra fingers to the Discord? We're in desperate need of donations.
What?
That is to go on.
Oh, because I drew extra fingers. Gosh, oh man, how laggy is the stream? That was ages ago.
I believe the extra fingers might be on a Patreon reward. I'm not sure. You have to go look.
Join Patreon for a chance to have Cadaver's extra fingers.
You must get 7 fingers sent in the mail.
Oh my god, I'll send them a freaking claw. One of the extra claws, the resin claws. Dear god, that's literally Cadaver's fingers.
I mean, don't forget that you have to do what you guys think the story is for. Just based on what animations have come out.
Oh yeah, I was kind of like... I was interested to see... People thought that he was actually, like... He was, Elliot.
I don't know what you just did then with your select control, but you just made it look like he was looking at like specific like animation. It's that stupid meme where he just got like the laser focus pointing somewhere else than what you're looking at. Oh, that's the solution.
Oh, by the way, bit of animation tutorial again. What I'm doing here is I'm actually moving parts of the sketch, like, this is what people would think is tweening, but I'm moving them pixel by pixel for the, next frame, because I only want a tiny bit of movement.
Where does Cadaver live? A shoebox.
Oh god, that's a good question. He probably lives with Elliot.
Shoebox.
I mean, she summoned him, she's not gonna just, like, leave him on the street like a jerk. Shoebox? No.
He lives in a pen. Being also see questions now.
It's great. I'm glad people have interest in my characters.
Do you have any hobbies? Drinking heavily. Drinking hot sauce.
graffiti. He does graffiti. What the hell? Why is this?
Oh, no, I think people now are surprised by the revelation that the person who summoned Cadaver was a female.
Yes. The person who summoned Cadaver, the person in that video is a chick. She's just got really short hair.
And people say bad like here.
What?
I don't know.
Y'all are confusing.
I mean, for community, not mine.
Oh, this was timed to music, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but it was great.
Okay, that's still timed up good. Sorry about that. Just had to make sure it's still timed with music.
I watch a lot. I don't really tend to pick favorites and stuff.
Is the guy the girl that summoned Cadaver part of a cult? Probably not.
And now you've got 20 copyright claims.
What? Oh no! Did it actually?
I don't know. I can't tell, can I?
Hold on, I'll look. I don't think it did. I don't think it caught it. I didn't even think of that. Oh, wait.
No.
Stream settings, stream health.
Noises people are getting when you're doing that.
I can't. I can't tell if monetization is still enabled. It says it's enabled. Politics. Settings. I mean, I don't see any of the monetization options, so it might have actually caught it. It might have actually prevented it.
Oh no! Your £2.
My whole £2 I made off of this. Seriously, freaking YouTube monetization is so bad. You sleepy?
I am. I need to fall a night.
Yeah, I probably should. I'll probably end it in a while, but I'm thinking, like, if I'm gonna keep drawing, why end it? Might as well just keep it up.
Oh, they won't be deciding me, dude.
So I'm gonna be drawing for ages, probably.
I think a lot of the Cadaver OC questions are kind of interpreted as spoilers for the future.
What are they asking? Does Cadaver have a gang, friends, besides the girl who summoned him? Good question. Man, that's the problem with Cadaver, because he doesn't actually have a huge amount of development. He's just kind of... I kind of thought with the idea that maybe they were in some sort of weird revolution, and he was summoned by her to be the face of a revolution, in a way. So he's supposed to be intimidating.
Yet every time I reference him, he comes back to the feet.
Supposed to be intimidating looking, because he's supposed to be, it's kind of like a weird mixed world of magic and modern day stuff. But my idea was that maybe he was summoned to be the face of some sort of revolution. Maybe even like not a political figure, but like, you know how like, I'm trying to think of someone who's famous for being like a protester. But more like freaking Hong Kong protests where they're destroying shit. Again, this stuff is like not really thought out through, so it's just... I imagine he probably has some friends.
Does he have a girlfriend?
No, he doesn't have a girlfriend. No romance in my
No shipping allowed.
You're allowed to ship whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna get into that.
You know people start shipping that and stuff.
I wasn't gonna get into the fact that someone commented once that they commented on a video saying that they made not safe for work artwork of him, and then ghosted me after saying that, and I never was able to find it. I'm pretty sure they were joking though. Found a lot of SCP.
By the way, I'm just going to throw this out here. Wingwolf does actually enjoy getting fan art, so don't feel bad about trying to other characters.
Oh yeah, never
In fact,
feel.
share it with her. She
Yeah.
will enjoy it. She
I would never, ever,
very
ever be mad at someone for making fan art. Just like, let me know that it exists so I can see it. I've found stuff that has been posted like months and months ago that I never saw, and I feel so bad for not seeing it, but it's mainly just because, like, either they didn't tag me correctly so it didn't notify me, or they just didn't tag me. They're just like, and they're like, oh, I didn't want to bother you. Don't bother me. The only messages I don't, like, reply to is when somebody just goes into my DMs and is like, hi. I'm just like, okay.
How many times has someone compared Cadaver to an SCP?
Ooh, a lot. Like, all the time. All the time.
Do you have any tips at getting better at drawing?
Look at stuff in real life. I know that's probably the thing that your, like, terrible art teacher says all the time. But I don't mean, like, cartoons aren't valid. But, like, you need to look at real life shapes and understand real life shapes in order to draw better cartoon-like looking things. You gotta know how to, like, understand the shape of a skull in order to draw the cartoony skull. So look at real life reference and look at just, like, drawn reference as well. Oh, these in-betweens are going so much faster than the other stuff. Kind of looks like Mallow. Yeah, Mallow's the name. Mallow is the name of the SCP. I think. I never really got into SCP stuff, so that's why I ended up with a character who looks practically the same as an SCP.
But no, I think the only character you've ever had shipped officially
was Crabapple, my pony. My pony got shipped with your OC because that would make sense.
Well, that was before it became official as well. A couple times.
This is, hold on. I can't turn the audio on. Unmute. Turn it to really low. The reason I don't have the audio on is because if you guys watched me animate an actual animation meme with audio, you would hear the same, like, 3 seconds of the song over and over and over, and it would drive you insane. The animation is done. Oh, you actually made an animation? Oh, man. What is an SCP? I think it's that, like, isn't it like a Reddit? No, it's not a Reddit thing. It's like a website where people make their own scary stories.
It's basically scary stories, most of the things, like Slender was.
Yeah, but it's like a specific website for it, and it'd be something, it's like a facility of some sort where they contain things, but I think they, like, got off track or something. I never really, I read, like, a few after people were like, I was like, huh? Oh, what? So I, like, looked into it.
We're not ignoring the chat, I'm just reading the comments which are actually questions and things which aren't repeated. Because for the most part she's actually focusing on drawing and I'm just trying to read the questions. Also for donations, there is a Patreon link. It's actually at the top left corner of the...
Someone asked about donations? Oh my god.
Yeah, someone asked, how do I donate? Let's click on more.
Dang.
And in the top... Actually, I think you might need to say it because they're not hearing.
Yeah, my Patreon is Wingwolf94, which is up on the top there. Is drawing tablet necessary or just better? It's not necessary. I mean, a lot of people just do traditional art on paper.
I recognize that name. Nobody on Discord already in the room. What goes back now?
I feel like I could probably do without that entire first section, but I really don't want to delete a huge section because that would be like hours of work. Can't hear you very well. I'm not sure if it's just my hearing though. They might be talking about you, in which case, yeah, they probably can't hear you very well.
Yeah, you're pretty clear. I'm bad. You can barely hear me. Oh god, I sound like I'm like stuck in a tube or something. Echoing. Is this what we've been dealing with? I'm so sorry.
Is the quality really, really bad? Oh, that's nice.
You sound fine. I'm echoey as shit. We'll try some. We'll try something. Hello.
Oh, jeez. You're not gonna sit like that the whole time.
Yeah, because it doesn't change much. It's still just echoey.
Is my voice like that too?
No, you're fine.
It's probably because it's coming out of my this. Oh, actually, it's not. Otherwise, oh, it is. It definitely is.
Oh, it is coming out of that.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got this. I got this. There we go. They should be able to hear me better.
Jeez. Creeping behind me.
Yeah. I'm not going to sound like that the whole time. I'm sorry.
Creeping.
Just for context, guys, I have my headphones on so I can hear the audio now. So I can hear my own voice. But no, the audio quality of me is just really bad.
I'm sorry. I mean, nobody's said anything till now, so it must not be that big a deal, but...
Okay. So it's really putting me off, actually. A couple of people have been referring to me as having doctor's handwriting speech.
Doctor's handwriting speech.
Delete the entire arm.
No. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna do something about that. There's not enough frames there.
Anyway, I don't know there's a general drop of questions in the chat, so...
A sudden what?
Drop off of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to YouTube videos, okay. here myself. In some sensible manner. We haven't actually had any problems in this chat yet.
No, we haven't had to.
About to jinx it, but
We haven't had to moderate. You know what? I'm just gonna straight up start doing the line art.
I think there's something to showing where you start doing. Like,
Yeah.
Alright. So
That was my reference image. Yeah, I'm gonna just start doing the line art because I'm getting bored of the sketch and I can probably eyeball it from there. So I'm just gonna like do his face first. Ugh, now we get to the line art, which is my least favorite part, and it takes. I don't know if it's gonna take the longest now, but.
You think that effort is the worst part?
It's all so bad.
You got a new subscriber.
Nice.
I just like watching media these things out in the corner. Oh. When creating a character design, do you tend to use more warm or cold colours?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I probably tend to use more warm. That's.
I think you tend to go towards cold. You have a lot of black and grey in your colour schemes.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't know, different two, so I could be speaking out loud.
I use a lot of like monochrome colors, black and grays, with like a added highlight.
Wasn't the blue in the robot's design accidental originally?
The robot's body is not technically gray, it's technically slightly blue.
Well, no, I mean is the blue tubing when you do the colors and things in your last animation. What the last animation was right now? The one with the reactor?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about though. The blue tubing.
Saying part of that coloration was actually just.
Oh, it's the fact that that character is associated with the color blue despite the fact of not actually having any blue in him. His character design itself does not have any blue, it's just all the, just his background and the electricity and stuff are always blue. Why is this? Oh, I wish I could just type in the fucking. I want 2.96, please. I wish I could just type in. Why is Krita like this?
Well, guys, there's your answer.
There we go. Yeah, this freaking thing here doesn't let you type in the pixel that you have to, like, find it. Huh?
You actually tried?
Yes.
Like, just type in numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
You can, like, select a type. Huh?
More new subscribers.
I think that's happening by chance. I don't think it has anything to do with the stream.
People have been talking to chat. Unless they're unsubscribing and resubscribing.
And that wouldn't show up.
I'll have a question a while ago. Are you going to do a face reveal?
Face reveal? Maybe when I get my hair fixed. My hair's crappy right.
Million subscribers, push it.
Oh yeah, if I get 1 million, I'll do a face reveal. Oh god, but that means I have to reveal my face to 1 million people. It's almost worse.
Oh god, I didn't think it that way. But...
yeah, get to 1 million, I'll do a face reveal. You'll be highly disappointed. I'm not pretty.
At that point, you mentioned him to pay someone to be you.
Oh yeah, that would work. Oh my god, I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Face reveal at 1 million, and they pay some, like, super hot person to do it. No, I prefer it to be an amalgamation of characters, rather than a face reveal.
I don't know, I was playing like an hour ago? 2 hours ago? I just remembered because I was thinking.
I have a pretty voice. I'm so happy that people think that. Oh my god, I was so self-conscious about it. I was like, oh, but my voice. I sound like I'm 12.
You're afraid when people with your gender and stop taking you seriously as an artist.
Oh no, I was just afraid I'd get dick pics. Oh. No, I was more along the lines of I wanted to be the badass character. So I was like, nobody's gonna think I'm badass if I have a cute, squeaky girl voice.
The Undertale players is trying to send you a link to your animation.
Oh yeah. Did you put it in the Discord? You should put it in my Discord.
Yeah, you go to the Discord
and at me. Oh, someone put it really pretty. Yeah, put it in the art trades and gift art, and then like at me in the Discord if you've done that. Does it just mirror like all the animation meme makers girls?
Just so it doesn't get forgotten, I'll put it again. It's because it's useful. Probably everyone in here already in here, but they know. Your voice, beautiful.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of lag. I don't know what the deal is. It's like the stream lagged a bunch now. It needs to be filled in, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to fill bucket that. You guys are gonna really like the picture of Cadaver that's underneath my that's at the end of my compilation animation video, the 2019 animation rewind video. There's a picture of Cadaver at the end of that I think you guys will find quite amusing. Trying to figure out how to give a character who doesn't have eyebrows facial expressions. Eyebrows are lit.
Currently, this is only chat comment, you can manually cover the number of the brush pen by right-clicking. I
Oh my gosh. Please don't be. Ah! I don't have a right-click button on my.
You find the name of the person commenting that one, so you can say that.
I have a right-click button on my pen.
Bjorn?
What?
Bjorn?
Bjorn?
It's
That's Bjorn.
Bjorn. Oh, Bjorn, ready to work. Like,
I used to know someone named Bjorn.
Also, I think he just deafened like half.
Oh, I'm sorry, I screamed really loud. I'm sorry. Someone told me how to fix a thing that I hadn't figured out how to fix for like the entire time I've owned Krita, and I screamed because it was so obvious. Thank you, Bjorn. Oh my god. And I'm sorry for people I deafened.
You don't want to know what I said. I'm very sorry. I was being very, not appropriate.
What? What did you say? How's that inappropriate? How's anything?
Because I was badly mispronouncing his name.
Torbjorn? I mean, plus, are we pronouncing your name correctly? I don't know foreign names. I'm American. It's not Bjorn, that's for sure.
I don't know how to say the L.
I'm pretty sure it's Bjorn. Am I close at least? The chat just died.
I think everyone needs it after that.
I don't know what you mean by higher pitch. Bjorn.
I think people just don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah.
Wait. I got this.
Oh, now I see the name.
I got this. I got an idea.
Mm. Oh, are you gonna try to get, like, Google Translate to pronounce it? Oh no.
Well, how did Google Translate things to a name is a bad man?
What? Google Translate translated his name to the Bear. The Bear. Wait, let me hear it. Oh, yeah, that would be hard to pronounce. I can see what they're doing there. His name is not Bear.
It is bad to me now.
What gave you motivation to animate? Oh, he says it's accurate, actually. It's the name of a Danish children's TV character.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Google Translate for once in history.
We like the Discord server. We're not going to say anything bad about the Discord server.
What would we say bad about the Discord server?
I know. Anything else what you thought on your Discord server is? I mean, it's your Discord server.
It's the first Discord server I've ever made, so I'm kind of like struggling to moderate it properly. But other than that, it's been fun.
I mean, to be fair, guys, I can barely pronounce my own name when I'm trying. That's not a joke, but, you know.
You can't pronounce the word Benjamin.
Well, you
Wait.
just pronounced it.
Wait, what's the...
Oh no.
I'm trying to... You really badly misspelled something when you were really little.
No.
And I don't remember what it was.
We're not doing this.
Gorge. Gorge.
I'm sorry, chat, but you need to be muted.
Stop, don't tickle me, I'll kill you.
I'm not going to tickle you, but you need to be muted.
Stop. God. Oh, okay, I won't tell him about Gorge.
I can pronounce my own name, I was joking.
It was when he was...
No.
Can I place... Oh,
No.
okay, fine.
You're going to do it in a minute, I leave, aren't you?
No, I genuinely won't, but now they're gonna be curious. It's not even that funny.
No, they won't.
That nose is weird.
You can pronounce Benjamin, I was joking.
Pronounce Benjamin. Everybody can pronounce Benjamin.
Yeah.
Unless
Actually,
they're,
no,
like,
some people
foreign.
can't.
I mean, if they aren't used to American names, maybe not.
Because some people from audiences only do Benjamin somehow. I don't know how I was doing that.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard someone do that recently. I was like, what the hell?
Oh god, it is notified me every time we say the word Ben. Oh god. I just noticed that. I thought it was people adding me. No, it's just highlighting my name.
Yeah. It was doing it with Bean.
No.
Was I sure? I saw it. I looked over at your screen.
I was using it. Yeah, we are answering questions on this.
Yeah, we're answering questions. We just got distracted by
We
Bjorn.
did not do it. We're also just screwing around now at this
Yeah.
point. Like, I think we just devolved into memes and stupidness.
Guys, what is your favorite meme?
Oh god.
Oh wait,
Oh god.
she doesn't know foreign names. Try to say my name and furniture starts floating. Matt Smalling? How is that even?
My favorite memes are your memes.
No. I mean like bank memes, like not like animation memes. What? I don't mean animation memes.
You're just inviting chaos.
Mine is free Shavakadu. No, it's not. It's up there, though. It's not really a meme either. It's like a vine.
I mean, when we're talking about misspelling things, guys, you should see Wingwalk's autocorrect. That thing is a monster.
Oh, yeah. Guys, you wanna go get some genocide from the Krispy Kreme? Donuts. You mean donuts. I think streaming this is keeping me sane while drawing this, otherwise I'd be so bored.
I only just enjoy watching this chaos.
I should really do this more often, but I always get very, very nervous.
I don't know my cousin here has helped or made it worse.
It's helped a lot, actually.
Did you know male seahorses get pregnant?
Yes, I did. I know a lot about animals. It's kind of my thing.
If you haven't guessed, Ben is my real name, yes. But, my name's Airborne.
Ugh, I'm stuffy.
Have you still got enough
Yeah.
stuff? But don't forget you got a drink there too, you need it.
Oh yeah. I haven't even finished my thing.
You know, I think you need to take a break. You've been doing it for the last 3 hours.
Maybe.
And you haven't eaten. That's probably cold and congealed now.
Yeah.
It might be a second one. In other words, when you're doing that thing, I'll take a break.
Yeah.
Come on.
Should I end the stream or?
Just pause it. Can't you?
I can't pause it. You can't pause streams.
Just you pause streams on right.
I mean, the only thing I can think of would be just blanking the screen by clicking on like my Photoshop option, which changes my frames, changes my screen to Photoshop.
Well, I'm sure your chat won't mind if you go take a quick break.
Yeah. I might actually quit the stream for now, because it's been a while. It's been 3 hours. And I'm not going to finish this thing in the stream. And maybe I'll start it up tomorrow when I start drawing it again.
I think now's a good time to call it.
Yeah. And what day is it tomorrow? Wait, what? Oh, today. It's today.
That's 27th, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna post my animation rewind video, which it'll have extra animations in it. It'll have new stuff. Oh yeah, the pin badges go out tomorrow too. Oh. So maybe I'll stream a little tomorrow, or maybe not. But anyway, I'm going to end it at 69 viewers. Yes, I gotta end it now. Alright, so that's the stream for today. So I will maybe be back tomorrow or another time. So bye. How do I actually end this?
Oh, F4.
I think if I